Right, welcome to Top 4, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Peter, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I'm joined by Adrian, a Liverpool fan.
Aga, Daniel, Aga.
I'm joined by Jude, special guest, a Man United fan.
There's only one Di Maria, guys.
I'm joined by another special guest, Oscar, who's a Chelsea fan.
Jose Mourinho.
I'm joined by Remy, who's a Man United fan.
Hey, Falcao.
Oh, gosh. I'm joined by Robin, another Man United fan.
And it's been to Di Maria. Di Maria passes it down the line, crossing to ball, and it's Falcao! It's Falcao!
Yes. I'm joined also by Ernest, who's a Man United fan.
Signed Angel about a week ago.
And I'm also joined by Ai, an Arsenal man.
I just can't wait to see United flop.
And also, lastly, I'm joined by David as well, another Arsenal fan.
He's got nothing to say after that track.
He has nothing to say. Now, as you know, we've had a transfer window, an unbelievable one. Just a first quick question: by how much money was spent in this season's transfer window? I need exact figures.
800.
I know it was 872.
863,000.
I think this season's transfer window is telling last season's to talk to the hand.
Do you remember that?
said that on Sky Sports, I was crazy.
It was a bit cringy. It was a bit odd. I thought that was a bit cringy. I don't know. The exact total was 842,750,000. That's how much money was spent. And who remembers the last record that was held before this? What season it was?
Last season.
Last season.
Was it last year?
It wasn't 20. It wasn't last season. It wasn't the year before.
I
It was
thought
not
just
since
ups every
2008 when the transfer target was hit up to 638 million. 638 million. Since then, it's never hit above that in the Premier League.
I thought you were going to say the year Ronaldo left.
What year did he leave?
2009.
What? 9?
09 September.
I remember in
Was that
2008
the
there were
Torres
massive
thing?
ones. No, Torres.
At the
was-
Torres.
Who was the biggest transfer
wasn't,
then?
I don't know. I can't
Berbatov,
remember.
I think, was that there.
Was Berbatov?
Berbatov was that year.
Perhaps,
Berbatov was that year.
2008 was a good season, man. There was a lot of teams involved.
It was a good year for United, yeah.
Chelsea with nothing.
Decent one, yeah.
2008, yeah.
Speaking of Manchester United, so Angel Di Maria 1 week, Falcao another week.
With no Champions League.
Oh, God, David.
Edward, duffel bag boy, money long, Woodward.
Look great.
Don't get me started. Jude, talk to me. How did you feel as a Manchester United fan? These new signings in your team. What are the prospects for your team? How do you feel about everything?
Guys, I just wanted the transfer window to last another week. Do you know what I mean? Everyone was getting on that.
No, honestly, no.
If we got next week, we're going to have Robin. The week after, we'd have Gotsi. The week after, we just had Pep Guardiola as assistant manager. I don't know. It was going crazy. But I'm very excited. Very excited. We're going to win the league.
In the league.
No,
I mean, Van Gaal said that his team can still win the league this season.
yeah, we can.
That's
He
the
said it would take a
challenge.
miracle.
That's the challenge.
And that
Is
miracle
it
has come
possible?
back out.
Is it still possible to do?
No, I don't think we're going to win the league, to be honest with you. I think that's Chelsea's. But it is possible, but I think we'll come like second or third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you are the manager right now and January comes around the corner, would you be strengthening your squad and exactly what positions
I think I'll get another.
would you strengthen?
Because if we're still playing this free centre back thing, I don't believe in.
Honestly,
It's nonsensical. But if it's still this free centre back thing, I think we need at least one more centre back.
Yeah.
That's world class quality or just really good, and another centre mid, a dominant one. Because right now we've got overly composed and attacking mid. We don't have anything.
Right.
We don't have a centre mid that's just a centre mid. I am the man kind of thing. Right?
Are you gassed this season about your team?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah?
I just wish we'd done it earlier so we wouldn't have to go through this Burnley 1-0 and all this crap. But
Yeah.
I think we're going to do well now.
Ernest, another Man United fan. What's your views on this transfer window?
I think it's been brilliant because I've cast Ed Woodward every week up until Di Maria. 'Cause I didn't think it was going to happen because he was supposed to go to PSG and blah, blah, blah. I think it's been a good transfer because when you look at in the contrast of last season, we signed Fellaini on the last day and that was after 11 o'clock. So I'm like, we wasted 3 months to sign Fellaini late. You see what I'm saying? So, and then you sign Mata, and you see the thing about Mata is that I like Mata, but Mata was a Chelsea reject. Like he wasn't someone we were going out for.
Ooh, Chelsea reject.
I think that's quite. He wasn't a Chelsea reject.
Oh, he was a Mourinho reject.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah,
I mean,
what I'm saying.
I mean, different players don't really fit in different teams. I remember I read something on Twitter that Tony Adams said that, oh, how comes Arsenal have taken a Man United reject in Danny
I remember,
Welbeck.
yeah, he said that. Yeah.
I think that's silly because not every player is going to be used. You can have a good player like Mata, who's a top player, Chelsea's best player the year before, and Mourinho just didn't want to fit him in that team.
No, but
he's not necessarily a reject. He doesn't just work in that system.
But my issue is that we took a guy that's on the fringe.
I don't really.
He was on the
in that
bench.
way, you could say Di Maria's on the field.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly.
Because even though he was better than most of the guys starting, like it doesn't matter.
No, but
your
it's
quality,
a different scenario because Mata was I think his one of the few games that we saw this guy was definitely leaving was against Southampton when he plays for 60 minutes. Mourinho takes him off and you score 3 goals. You see what I'm saying? So it was like Mata's not getting. Don't get me wrong. I think Mata's a sick player, but I think that year Mourinho proved this guy's not going to be my first team. My issue is that we signed a guy like that not out of pursuit but out of opportunity.
I think it's harsh to call him a reject because even with us, with Ozil, Arsenal signed Ozil, a player who was not playing for Real Madrid. But by far,
Out of opportunity.
one of the best.
All right, let me use the phrase out of opportunity. Then,
So what's the two options? Out of opportunity and what?
He said reject.
He said reject,
He was
yeah,
calling him
Chelsea
reject.
reject.
It's very strong.
Even I wouldn't call him a Chelsea reject.
Listen, every time a player becomes available, you can say he's a reject then.
Yeah.
Because
No, it's just the fact that we were never pursuing Mata. I don't know how to stop this thing, bro. But yeah, all it is that Moyes was never looking at him, and the opportunity came, and was like, let's nab him. But when I look at this year,
it's the same as Di Maria. It's not like we've been scouting him for 4 years.
no, but
It's an opportunity.
what I'm saying is that we've needed a winger. We've needed a winger for about 3 seasons.
We
now.
didn't need Mata necessarily. I get that.
Do you see what I'm saying? We did, and we had Kagawa, so we didn't need Mata. We it's good to have him. Do you see what I'm saying? It's good to have him, but for me, I look at people like Kagawa leaving. That
upset me.
That hurts me.
I'm gonna miss Evil Kagwa on Twitter and stuff.
You know the ones there. But I think it's been a good transfer. I think our attacking options are. No, honestly, I played them on FIFA yesterday, and it's FIFA I know. Oh my gosh, no,
It's a good sight. Though.
do you see what I'm saying? It's very good to see that we have guys that are exciting again.
The Galacticos. The Van Galacticos.
You know the ones there. We haven't had an exciting player since Ronaldo left, and it's good to see. Have we signed players that we need? Yes, we have. We haven't signed all the areas we need, but we've definitely signed in the areas that we
Did you
need.
guys need a striker? Did Manchester United need a striker?
I would say at the start of the window, no. But since we decided that Hernandez was to be moved on and Welbeck was to be moved on, we did.
Rooney's getting shifted.
I think
But
Rooney.
he's the captain.
I think
He's
Rooney's
getting shifted to midfield now. He's not. He's
Oh, as in a different part of play.
Yeah,
I think
that's gonna happen as well.
Rooney's going to play
I think-
on the left or in the middle.
I think that's one of the reasons he made him captain as well. Because if you get that captain armband, you can't be rebellious and throwing your toys out of a pram when you move position.
Oh
as well.
yeah.
So
that's a good point.
who's affected badly from this transfer window at Manchester
Mata.
United?
Mata.
Why
Mata and Carrick, without a doubt. Mata and Carrick are 2 people that will suffer the most.
I mean, Carrick is
I think Carrick is okay
getting older.
with it. I think with him, he wouldn't even mind having the 15
Yeah.
games. He's a very, very sensible midfielder. He knows how to play
Yeah,
the ball.
very, very mature.
And I think Van Gaal will need him a lot more than who else is the centre mid there? Is it
Fletcher.
It's Fletcher. It's sorry,
Herrera will start.
Fletcher.
Herrera
Yeah.
will
Herrera will start.
In midfield-
It's if we sign a guy. My thing is if we sign a guy in January, which I think we would, I think it will be Strootman.
Let's
Blind
talk
will
Blind. Where's Blind playing? Because
He's
DM.
there's this
He's a
whole
DM.
in this 3-5-2 formation.
He's actually a defensive midfielder.
You see, yeah, because
But he can play on
in the
he can play
3-5-2.
Versatile player.
I don't like that.
He's a versatile player.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of versatile players. I won't lie.
What's wrong with that though?
Only because they're not gurus in a particular in a place.
Who told you can't be master of more than one thing?
It's
With Holland,
very
he
rare.
played at left back, but he never played left back in Ajax. In Ajax,
Yeah.
he's a defensive midfielder.
And you got
Okay.
player of the
But-
year playing in that position.
Yeah,
I hear, but it's
and with-
this is the Premier League.
with
It's a
Holland,
big boy league right now.
In the
we're
World
talking.
Cup, that's the highest level, isn't it? The World Cup is the highest level of international football. Yeah?
Sure, yeah.
And obviously, the Premier League is one of the top leagues.
Yeah.
When he played left back there, he got like 3 assists, and he was one of the best left backs. It was either him or Rojo for best left back in the World Cup. That's what everyone was saying.
And Rojo's
Obviously.
not a left back.
Yeah, he's
I'm
a
not gonna
centre
lie,
back
I was
as well.
not feeling Rojo this World Cup. No, he did get it. He was in team of the year. He
Yeah.
got team of the
Rojo
year.
wasn't team
But
of the year.
I was not feeling it at all. I didn't understand what
I'm
the
in
Rojo
shock.
whole
I
hype
thought it
was.
was
I was
awful.
confused.
Nah,
And the fact that Man United were interested in him, I thought, this is strange.
It's because we wanted him at centre back, but he can play left back.
But he can play left back.
Yeah, we signed 3 centre
How
backs.
long is this work permit thing going to take?
I don't, you know
I'm
what it is?
hoping it will be done by QPR.
QPR.
Yeah, you
Because
know
he's
what it
got
is?
another
He got into a fight with one of his neighbours or something like that, and he bottled
Okay.
him. That's why it's taking so long. He's not criminal record. They're trying to work out that.
That's
kind of
case. It's a record.
It's
Yeah,
not even just a
record.
yeah, it's a record thing.
That's the
Of
thing.
course. Yeah. Okay.
Free
so-
roll.
I want to talk to Robin and Remy on this situation here about the departures of Man United. Danny Welbeck,
is-
Shinji Kagawa. I mean,
The only thing I'm
You know,
upset,
you know,
I'm
Javier
upset about
Hernandez,
Kagawa leaving because it was
cleverly.
Un-
a couple
like,
of
Nani.
cleverly, I'm
Nani.
glad.
Oh no,
There's a couple
cleverly,
there.
Cleverly, I
lifting
am
an Aston
mad.
Villa shirt. Yeah,
I am glad.
will be my profile picture on
Oh my
every
gosh,
social
he can
network.
go. It's more
But
like
Oh,
losing Welbeck. He was our guy. He was that guy.
That guy.
Do you know what? You know
It's,
what?
it's hurting that some Arsenal fans are saying that he's that guy, but you didn't grow up with him.
No, you have to understand. You guys, when we sold Robin van Persie to you, the first song that came out of Man United fans was "Oh, Robin van Persie," and went on like they named that song.
Yeah.
We started that song, and the fact that he went there, right? Van Persie was known to be a paedophile ever since when he was at Arsenal from Man United. I'll never forget when we were going to Old Trafford, giving
She
all
said
kinds of stick.
no,
Yeah,
Robin.
all kinds of
She
stick.
said no.
All kinds of stick. When it switched over, yeah, giving him praise and worship at Old Trafford. It happens.
Football
Football
fans
fans
are
are so fickle.
Yeah.
We are
Always
fickle.
will be.
And the thing is, and that's why I feel
You know
a
what?
bit
You know what?
at ease
That's
with
what's
the
upset
whole
me about
Welbeck
Arsenal
thing.
fans and Welbeck.
Sure.
Before he was just fast and black. That's
Sure.
the only thing that he did about him. Now he's a young,
Yeah.
talented guy that's been playing
He's
that
the
position.
next
Yeah.
Thierry
Listen,
Henry.
Watch
do you
that
know
video,
what?
bro.
Watch Arsenal fans
Fans
TV.
TV.
Honestly,
I feel,
watch Arsenal fans
I'm not gonna
TV.
lie. I
God,
feel
bro.
so sorry for certain fans because you know what? I can understand why Man United fans hate Arsenal fans. I understand because Arsenal fans hate Arsenal fans. Make no mistake. However, you have to meet the right Arsenal fans. Yeah, have
You
to
guys
know
are rare,
the
though.
right. Yeah, we're a rare breed.
guys
But
are
same with Man
rare.
United fans because we've met some Man United fans that are just scum. You know what I mean? They're just scummy. And even with Chelsea, I have not met a good Chelsea fan yet. I've yet to meet.
I've
you
met
guys. Listen, you guys see me and my brother at the moment, but when it comes to Arsenal Chelsea debates, it gets on, and that's when me and him part
I've
ways.
met
Me and him will part ways.
maybe
But
two.
yeah, so for me, it's very much like it depends what kind of fan you meet, and so the fans
With the
that you
Chelsea
meet,
fan thing, like,
it really sticks for me.
Then he started supporting the 2004, so it's hard to.
Yeah, there's some, and
2004.
that's why I respect my brother. Do you know
He said
what? I respect my brother on this
It's
thing.
either Zola or
My
2004.
brother has seen Zola. Do you know what? My brother's seen Good Johnson. My brother saw Hasselbank.
That's
My brother
complete
saw
rubbish.
Mario
That's complete
Stanic.
rubbish.
He saw those guys. He knows
Dennis
from.
White.
He was there from before the oil money. So with my brother, I can't. He watched Viking when Chelsea were playing Viking in the UEFA Cup.
back in the UEFA
Them
Cup
days,
days.
Hertha Berlin and all that. He was there. You know what I mean? So I'll give him
We were in the
that.
Champions
League
League in
That's
that
the only
year,
thing I'll give
so
him.
I don't.
No, but you know what I
So,
mean. It was very rare.
Arsenal.
Getting in the UEFA Cup and that was big deal.
No, I understand
for
that
Chelsea.
without Roman Abramovich and all the money, we would not be where we are today.
No, of course not.
But before that, we were not an awful team.
You weren't, but
we
you
were.
were
we
you were
qualified for the
apart.
Champions League
You were
the
miles
year
apart, though.
before.
You know, like
qualified for the
Tottenham
Champions
right
League.
now, for example. It's like Tottenham right now. Chelsea were a Tottenham as they are right now back then. They're
but-
miles apart.
The
They're
gap between
close.
the top two,
Yeah,
and
exactly,
the
and the
rest,
rest
was bigger back then.
was much bigger.
but
Yeah,
they were still.
That, in
A
that way, it
decent
was
team.
Because
easier to
Chelsea
get
were-
the top four. Remember, Leeds made the top four one time.
I
Like,
remember
it was
that.
easier to
You
get
got
the top
Leeds
four.
had a sick team.
No, they didn't
Arsenal
have a
were in
sick
top
team,
four.
but it's
Yeah,
easier to
Newcastle
get in
made it.
there. Like all you had to do is spend money one summer and you could make it.
you can make it.
Blackburn won.
But Chelsea weren't poor before Abramovich.
No, they weren't. They weren't.
Yeah, I
weren't.
mean,
yeah,
we
sorry,
finished
we'll-
fourth.
Shout out
United
to
finished seventh last season. So
Sorry, we'll
It's
asking
all
Remy
talk.
and Robin about the departures of Manchester United.
It's like-
how they felt about.
It's like, I already said about you.
So Welbeck's one, I know it's like it's a nice feeling, you know. Welbeck came from the developmentals, playing with Giggs and Van Nistelrooy from young, and he's like Man United's player, and it's sad that he's going.
Yeah.
I'm not so bothered if he didn't work in the team at the time, if he wasn't being utilised properly. Let him go somewhere that will utilise him. I don't mind.
No, that's the truth.
And then
though.
and then with the Kagawa thing,
Yeah.
I'm not really upset about it because, like, I remember you saying, Ernest, like, you're gonna miss, or we're gonna regret it, and I was like, we can't really regret something that didn't work out in the first place. Like
No, but he was undervalued.
I know that's what I'm saying, but we didn't utilize him properly in the first place.
Yeah, you get Remy's
So
point.
you
You
can't-
know the Kagawa of Dortmund that we all saw and we thought,
You
my
didn't
thing,
see
these
him,
guys
bro.
are well beat.
But
When he went to Man United,
every
we
time
never
he
got to see
played,
that.
most games Kagawa played number 10, we won. Most of those games. Every time he played on the left, it was like, bruv, why are you putting
Why
Kagawa
was he
on
out
the
of
left?
favour at Man United? Why was Kagawa out of favour like that?
I don't know.
I have no clue.
Honestly,
Even Alex's first season, he didn't fit
he
in
played
with
on the
team.
left.
I think it's unfair to level all the blame at the club though. That's what I think has happened with Shinji Kagawa. Like Man United, people say that Man United spoiled this player. But if it didn't work out, it didn't work out. If he was meant to make it, he would have made it, in my opinion. That's what I think about football clubs and players and stuff like that. Because other players did do well. Other players were purchased and did come into the first team and flourish.
And you do have to be versatile as well. So sometimes not you. I know everyone has a certain position, but you can't just have that one position and just and at times formations aren't all.
You see Rooney.
And Rooney was versatile, was he not?
Yeah.
Getting bare assists.
Do you remember 2008?
That's 2008. And then what happened? Like you can't blame a player for not being versatile. If you play company as a wing back, it is going to flop. Do you see what I'm saying? If you bought a guy in a number, if you've seen a player
midfield's a very
play,
different.
If you've seen a player play in one position and you shift him there and then blame him for flopping there, come on, bro.
In my opinion, all number 10 should be able to drop into midfield.
I don't think that's fair.
That's what I think. Because,
I
for
don't think
example,
it's fair.
in the NS, that's what everyone says. The bare mark for number 10s is kind of now. He can drop into midfield. Like, if you can't play centre mid and you can only play attacking mid, you're useless. Because if it's a tough last 5 minutes of a game, we're gonna need 2 strikers. So what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go?
Yeah, but Kagawa never even played centre mid. He played on the left wing, expecting to beat defenders.
But he could. The thing is, when Van Gaal came, clean slate everyone. When he moved to centre mid, what did Van Gaal say about him? Did you hear
Yeah,
it?
he said
couldn't
you weren't good enough for number 6 or number 8,
He
and
couldn't do it.
that I understand. But I'm talking about Kagawa in his first 2 seasons. You've played consistently. Under Ferguson, I never saw him in central midfield. Never.
That's
yeah.
fair.
Under Moyes, I remember the game against Swansea. He shifted, like he played first half. He put what's it called? He put Kagawa on the wing and he put Yanazai as number 10. We were rubbish. Second half, he switched it off. We won 2-0.
But you know what it is with that transfer? No one remembers that we bought Shinji first. It was meant to be Shinji behind Rooney, but then
I
we
saw you
managed
bought
to get.
Shinji to replace Rooney.
Because when you got that Ferguson after.
Because
exactly.
Ferguson
That's what I'm
wanted
saying.
to sell him and all that.
There was a big deal about that. We bought Shinji first to play behind whoever's going to be up front, and then we bought Robin van Persie. No one thought that was going to happen. So when Robin van Persie came in and we found out Rooney was staying, it was kind of thing like, oh, sorry, Shinji.
So yeah, exactly.
Like, sit on
You
the
see
bench
what I'm
kind of
saying?
thing.
So
He was meant to start in the number 10 position, but it never happened. It never worked out.
The Van Persie deal it's like the Falcao thing right now. No one sees this coming.
No.
It just happened. Do you know what I mean?
honestly, I think it was
Then he got
because the guy was available. It's like Falcao was available. Nabi, the queen.
You know, all in all, United fans won't lose sleep over the 2 departures, the big 2 departures.
No, you won't.
So,
Transfer deadline they were set for 10 hours.
However,
Dreaming of the team.
however, yeah.
United's new problem is, well, it's a great problem.
It's a good problem.
Who do we start?
But you
That
know
is a
what's on the
sick
right hand
figure.
side of things? Because I've seen a lot of left midfield, left.
Rafael.
I heard
Rafael Valencia.
I've heard this that
No,
you
don't
guys
say
have,
Valencia, it makes me
you
sick.
guys
You
apparently
play
have
wing back though.
something
Yeah,
like
sick.
you guys apparently have like, is it 9 left footers in your first 11? If you were to put out your first team, 9 of them are left footed players. That for me, I'm a bit like, well, hold on.
Oh, yeah, Angel-
That sounds very imbalanced. Do you know what I mean? Especially in a modern day game where a lot of players are right footed. A lot of English football is played right footed, you know, in a right footed way.
Is that true?
But
Because Johnny Evans is right-footed, Phil Jones is right-footed.
will Evans be the first? Do you reckon he'll be first team?
Yeah. But in my first team,
Okay,
I would play.
I'd rather
Yeah,
Evans
fair,
than
fair.
Jones.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Let's say if I say I'm not playing 3 at the back, that's nonsense.
Yeah,
Let's just play a
yeah.
4-2-3-1.
Evans had a mare in everyone's custody.
Let me count the left-footed guys. You got Blind, yeah, Rojo, right? Shaw, Di Maria, Mata, Van Persie, Falcao.
Yeah.
I say he's both.
Mata will drop off.
Falcao was both.
Falcao's
both.
I think it's unfair to say he's left-footed.
Okay,
Falcao's both,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
Even Di Maria.
Di
if you
Maria,
say he's
because he
left-footed,
can
but
take
it's like
he can take shots with his.
I don't know.
right
Every
foot,
time
but
I've
he's
seen him try to
left-footed.
cross the ball with the right foot, do you know he always does that little backflip?
Yeah, the
thing?
Rabona.
Oh,
And it's always with the left.
It's
No,
true,
so with Di Maria, again,
look, he's left-footed.
Di Maria is touch and go. It's like an Arshavin thing. You could use either. Then you have who was I thinking of? I had a couple of players in my head. What foot is
Young.
No, Young's right.
Youngest
Young is right, and Valencia I think is right.
There's
Raphael's right. Yeah.
There's 2 transfers that I'm upset didn't happen.
Yeah.
Young to Blackpool and
You're getting relegated.
that's his quality. That's what he should.
That's where he should be. Yeah.
Ashley Young.
And
Ashley Young joined.
Valencia should have gone to Getafe.
Towards the
Ashley Young's
Burnley
headache.
game, I was just like, yo.
did you see Ashley Young's
What foot is Herrera?
Yeah,
Right
there
foot.
is right.
Is he right?
Right.
Okay, I thought he was left.
Nah, the dive that
I
Ashley
thought he
Young
was
did the other day, the same thing happened in the Liverpool
about
game when he
Januzaj?
got a penalty.
Yeah.
No,
Januzaj's
I'm
left,
talking about the
isn't he?
Sunderland game,
Januzaj?
not the Burnley
That
one.
was a foul.
What about Januzaj?
Januzaj, left or right-footed?
Yeah, that's left-footed.
Left. So there's quite a lot of left-footed players, really.
Yeah.
It's more than your average. On the,
Yeah,
But
on the
then
right
the
side.
thing
but
is-
on the right side, yeah. So who's on the right wing? Who plays the right wing back? Who plays
like
the
right back,
side
yeah,
of midfield?
Raphael's been injured for like a season and a half on and off. But he's coming back to fitness, so hopefully Raphael will start at right back. He was really progressing.
I really want
You've got
Raphael to start.
I think you've got a bit of cover anyway, because I know Smalling and Jones can play on the right
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
So it's not too bad. It's not
too
hairy.
bad. Yeah, Smalling, Jones, Evans, and Finger all right-footed.
So what about on the midfield side towards the right hand side, the winger side, all that
That's-
bend there?
That's where it gets a bit confusing. I think we're gonna have to play a left-footed there.
Because even Matt
someone that cuts
playing
inside.
on the right, I don't know.
But
the
I
matchup-
think- I think
Matt,
Two,
for me,
three,
But
one.
I think
I'm
especially
going, I'm going based on what Van Gaal's philosophy, as he called
Yeah,
it,
because
is.
like-
Let's change it, fam.
but his
But the
but his
back
philosophy
is-
is 4-3-3.
That's what
In
I'm
club
saying.
football, yes, and in
No.
international, it's usually
Philosophy
Yeah.
and
formation
system
are different. Yeah,
are
no, very
totally
very
different things.
Yeah.
So like the 5-3-2 thing, cool, but he's changed it in the middle of games. So I don't think that's a set thing. I just think he said 5-3-2 with the
So
team
he's
he's got. But I think he's gonna change it now.
Because he said
4-2-3-1.
he's saying that we didn't have wingers like Di Maria or Ronaldo to actually play 4-3-3. So he wants to include all our best players in that one formation kind of thing.
Can I ask you a question to the Man United fans? Like, I understand that like whenever I left, he was sort of getting on a bit and he had to leave.
Getting on a bit.
Why? As in,
He's a liability. 3 seasons. But then why? Understatement, bro.
why was Butner sold? I thought he was a young.
Oh, no,
Butler's trash.
Butler
rubbish.
came out and said before the World Cup that if I'm not being picked for the Holland team, I know he's not going to pick me for the club team.
Oh, okay.
And so he left before he was
gave
even
up.
given a chance.
He
That
get,
brother
He gave
gave
himself
up.
a chance. So
me,
he just gave
for
up
me-
and left.
Yeah.
And
For
handed
me,
a
yeah,
transfer request.
I went to Old Trafford. I watched Butler. He's the first player I actually physically felt like booing and strangling. Like he is so bad at football. Like
He's bad.
he's so bad at football.
Because he was a hot prospect when you guys signed him.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
but like his touch, everything.
I
you
mean,
just-
he's a bit like
frustrating.
the way on the ball. He's very fresh.
doesn't
Like,
know what he's
imagine
gonna
him
do.
just
You
kind
don't
of
know
like-
what he's going to do.
He has no idea what he's going to do. He gets
But
the
I
ball,
will
he
say
looks around
this:
5 times.
he had a good game in the Bayern Munich game at Old Trafford.
Yeah, you know.
He had a
The
very
thing
good
is,
game against
defenders
Robin.
From then on, I had hope for him, but
defenders take time. Do you know why? Because a system like Man United, no matter who, he was a nobody
I
prior
like
to Man
Butner
United,
when
yeah.
he was here. So.
And to join Man United, it's to join the Premier League is one thing. To join Manchester United is a different ball game. And so for you to blend into that whole system of how they play, because let's be fair, if Smalling wasn't English or whatever, they'll be getting some stick on him as well.
Yeah.
Because Smalling hasn't excelled as such,
Yeah.
but we see the potentials there. And I think even with Butner, there's still. If he goes to the right club, I think where did he go?
Dynamo Moscow.
Yeah,
Okay, I think his career goes downhill from there. But if Koscielny was a prime example. When we signed him, his first game was a red card. He was awful. But to think now this guy is even anywhere near the French national team is unbelievable. So sometimes with defenders, especially, it takes a long time. I mean, you guys have seen Dennis Irwin. You guys saw Evra, a very good Evra at his time. And to get somebody like, but no, it's a hard situation. To get games and everything, it's very, very difficult.
He just wasn't good enough. From when we felt we could bring in an 18-year-old and he'll be better to start straight away, you know that the guy wasn't good enough from the coach's perspective.
You know what? If Shaw,
But Rankings is
because
the
if he was
best
there,
option.
Shaw's coming and he's starting before.
But Shaw, you know what? Shaw has been fantastic for Southampton. That's what it comes down
seasons.
to.
Played
The
in
reason
the
why
World
Shaw
Cup.
will get a club like Man United interested, he's been brilliant. Let's not even lie. And Southampton as a whole have been
So you think it's an
brilliant.
opportunity thing with Butler?
With but yeah,
I think it's a talent thing. I just think
you reckon it's a talent? Yeah.
Like it just didn't work out.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you know what? If it's dying, if nobody else is coming after you,
Because you have to
and it's
remember,
a team like that, then
Butler was
definitely.
in his second season last season
Was it his
and
second,
still
yeah?
couldn't. Because you're supposed to be the one taking Evra off.
Taking
because
Evra
Evra's
off,
getting
yeah.
old, and you
Yeah,
still
yeah,
couldn't
that's
do
true.
it.
Evra was a liability last year.
And you couldn't take a liability Evra off.
Everyone
Yeah,
was playing
I
left
agree.
attacking mid last year when he should have been playing left back. Like he left, like whoever was playing left centre back
Yeah.
was against 3 guys. Most of the time. Like, it's just
Wait, do you remember the game I watched with you at your house, Bayern Leverkusen?
Leverkusen.
And I said to
Was
you,
it the
watch.
5-0?
The 4-2.
The 4-2.
And I said to you, watch. Evra's not going to stay left back. 10 minutes after I said it, the commentator was like, that right wing is having a field day today. There is no one there. There's no one there, bro.
I mean, how old Evra? 30 plus?
32.
33. I mean,
Right,
you know,
yeah.
you got to have legs to keep up that whole, you know,
They just play
left
like
left back.
no, but just
left
stay
back.
there.
Yeah, it's true, but it's just not. It's not. I mean, no,
That's never been
agreed.
his style. though.
Agreed.
It's always been
The thing is,
overlapping.
Everett, yeah.
Always.
For me, with Everett, it's always been the overlap kind of defender. And the thing is that when you're experienced, when you're somebody who's as confident in himself as he is, he feels he can go there and take such risks.
I miss
and
his
do that.
personality though. I love that guy.
Do you?
Like
Yeah.
you know, every team,
He was
every team
nasty.
has a knob. Like every team
I
has
love them.
Yeah,
every team has a player that everyone else hates.
hates. Yeah,
And,
Ever.
but you love him
Always
because
love.
he's the one. Like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
He's like
He was
Liverpool and Suarez.
nasty.
He's like Liverpool and Suarez and stuff.
You hated Suarez.
Yeah,
Nah,
I guess 'cause you're
I'm
a Man
Ghanaian.
United fan.
I'm Ghanaian as well.
Okay,
So
okay.
I remember the World Cup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
goes further. Okay,
Goes
I
further.
understand that.
Right.
For me,
I'm
I
a deep Patriots.
I love
Yeah,
Suarez.
deep down.
I loved Suarez. I'd still buy him at Arsenal because he was a racist last year and a biter. So what was the difference between last year and this year? Couldn't care less. I'd take him. Do you know what I mean? And he will give us 30 goals, win the league. Case closed.
When
Do
he
you know
beat Ivanovic and then scored the equaliser in the last minute, I was like, I'm done.
Do you know what I mean? Because we went for him that year, and he was a racist and a biter anyway. He'd bitten twice, and then all he's done is just bitten again. Why would all of a sudden say, "Oh no"?
No, but
I'm
I
not
see
going for it?
like he needs Jesus. He needs mental, physical, spiritual healing. Like he's mad.
It's mad. It
He
is.
bit someone.
He needs
For no
healing.
reason.
He's bit people on more than one occasion.
No, that's
not okay.
That's
Three
GBH,
times.
you
He's
know.
27 years old. It's not like he's a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
If a child bites someone,
That's assault.
the child has a
It's
problem.
mad. He's a dad.
He's
Fully dad.
He's a
He's
dad.
a dad. He's
fully
married
dad.
with a child.
Dad. 'Cause you know what it is? All you can,
He's a millionaire.
because all you can think of, like, he's got a wife, right? Now, if imagine it gets sticky at home. I mean, we don't know what goes on there, but
You know what I mean?
imagine it gets sticky over there. What is going on there? This guy's biting guys he doesn't even know on the pitch. I don't even know you, and I'm biting you. I don't know who you are. Cellini,
No, but
when
you
has he
know
ever
what?
seen
I
him?
remember I
Over a
watched
little push or
that
something.
I watched that Being Liverpool program on Fox, yeah, and like a few of them Spanish guys came to his house, innit? And Lucas was giving the interview. He was like, "Bruv, do you see the guy you see on TV? He's not the guy off the pitch." And
Was it more positive off the
very
pitch?
positive off the
Okay.
pitch, and I believe he's one of those guys where he wants to win so much. You see him against Crystal Palace. You didn't see his face after the whistle was blown. He was just his face. No, he
Do
looks
you
like one of
think-
those guys where like winning is such a big thing to him, bruv.
Yeah.
That he has
No,
to do
he,
anything.
he wants to win. I
Bruv,
love
he beat
that.
someone
about
in the
him.
World Cup.
I love that.
The biggest
he,
stage.
he handballed on the line. You can't tell me that's not a guy who wants to win a game.
Celebrating so much.
That's not a guy who you can't even.
I respect him for that.
I can't even say
Not
that.
respect,
I
but
can't
I
respect
see exactly
him
why
for
he did
that.
it.
I can't respect him for that.
exactly
I can't respect a player.
I can't respect him for it. It's hard.
I see why he did it.
You see,
I
yeah,
can't-
we
I
all
can't
we
say
all
right.
know why he
As a
did
Ghanaian
it.
that was directly affected by that, I would do the same thing for my country.
There we go.
I can't even lie to you,
Bruv,
but
you're
I still
in
hate
front
him.
That's
But the
very
boys-
that's
I-
very
I-
that's
I would-
very that's
I
very
would-
Going out, I still hate him.
that's very honest.
I would-
That's very honest with you. Yeah, because you were going out at that point, isn't it? Where if they score that goal,
If he scored, if
minute.
if
Yeah,
that
if
goal went in,
then you're alright.
we're through to the semi-finals of the World Cup.
Is it you're
in South
through or is it
Africa.
that you're still
We're
level?
No, we're through.
We're through.
We're through.
Ghana were going
It was like it was we were drawing at the moment.
But this is last minute, bruv.
And
Yeah.
then, and then it
I
was
would-
That's the thing. Listen, nobody knows what they'll do until they're there.
I would do the
Do
same.
you know what
I
I
wouldn't.
When
I would have
when
to.
you're there and your country is going, it's hard. It's so hard. Two hands.
You were watching.
I'll catch the ball, give it to the
Two
ref.
hands. Two hands.
And then walk off.
You know, if your spirit said no, your hands are moving anyway. You know the ones. It's like my body can't take this. Do you know what I mean? So, but as we're on Suarez at the moment, do you think he engineered a move to Barcelona
Yeah.
with that
Yes.
whole thing?
Yeah.
Do we all agree?
Yeah.
Liverpool fan Adrian, talk to us. What do you think in regards to that whole biting thing? Why? Third time.
Yo, I don't necessarily think he was thinking, I'm going to bite this done so I can get
I find that very hard to believe. In a World Cup, you're thinking that far.
That is far, you know. How am I thinking Barcelona in a World Cup?
No, but who was the one that told me? Someone told me that apparently he knew about Barca in November.
Yeah.
Yeah, Guillaume Balaguer said that in November their contract was agreed in November last year, and the reason why he turned up
Liverpool,
his game,
no?
I don't know, but the reason why he turned up his game at Liverpool because he became shower, like he was hard. Suarez was hard last season, and apparently it's because it's to sell himself more. It's like this is me. This is what I could do at Barca. Apparently so. Yeah, this is the point. This is like with Spanish reports. So it's a bit, you know what I mean. But who knows? I
I'm
don't
a
know.
cynic, so I believe that.
Yeah.
As a cynic, I wouldn't.
You know, so-
Ronaldo do done a year before, bro.
Remember
I don't know
Ferguson
if I
told
believe
Ronaldo
that
though,
that's
but
the only
you see
reason he
with
stepped up
Madrid
his game.
and
No, I think he
Ronaldo.
wanted to win the Premier
Remember
League.
Ferguson
He wanted
said
to
to
win the
Ronaldo, "Hold it 1 year, just give me one more year, and then bounce," because they wanted him the year before. Fabregas and Barcelona, same thing. Do you know what I mean? It was like Fab stay 1 year, which was a big mistake. Should never let him stay because his mental, he was not mentally.
Oh,
there.
they tap you up.
But anyway, but yeah, no, Adrian, talk to us, man. You were saying that you don't think he would bite this Donny to engineer a move.
No, not necessarily. No, I think you know what Suarez is like. He wants to win. He'll do whatever it takes to win.
Yeah. So you don't think it had anything to do with the whole transfer, wanting to get out of Liverpool, let's say? Because I think even Madrid could have been still in this
Although I
situation.
tell you what,
Yeah.
there was no reason for him to do it.
Yeah.
If you think of it like that.
It could, you know. Remember when Zidane headbutted Materazzi? And,
That's
you know,
different from biting someone, though, man.
well, who knows what Cellini did? You know, who knows what Cellini might have done?
Okay.
bro.
But
Yeah,
let's
but
look
Ma-
at
Ma-
No,
Ma-
but
Materazzi
to
was
be
a
fair,
nasty guy,
to be fair,
don't get me
Suarez
wrong.
is the kind of guy to do it anyway.
Let's go back to
No one
Ivanovic.
has
What
to
did
provoke
Ivanovic
him.
do?
He's done
What
it.
did
With
Ivanovic
Ivanovic,
do?
With Ivanovic, it was funny because it was
Ivanovic
like
did nothing.
you know,
He's so
you know,
random,
you know,
it's
you
just
know,
like-
like a kid in a park
they
where
were barging
where
them.
nothing's happening, it's not going his way. He's just like just bite someone. That's what I saw the Ivanovic thing. That's what made me think
Like,
he was
him
so
and Ivanovic,
upset.
it was like a calm barging thing.
Yeah.
Like, we barge each other, cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we just tap the guy in the back. He bit
Yeah.
him. Like, that's
No, but he beat someone though.
Mm.
Like, let's not lie. Regardless of if a guy cusses your mum, you headbutt like Zidane. You don't bite, bruv.
Anyway, you know what? They'll win the league in Barcelona. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, real.
Barcelona.
I think Barcelona
Do you know what it is? I'm starting to see
I-
cracks.
I-
I'm
I
starting to
think-
see cracks in
I think
Madrid.
Barcelona.
Madrid got
I'm
banged.
starting to see cracks.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Madrid got
No,
murked
change my mind,
at
you're right, you're right.
Sociedad.
You know why? Because
But-
Madrid, they don't buy players because of the team. They buy players for image and
Of course,
shirt sales.
definitely.
And
Yeah.
selling
And that's what
Di
hurts
Maria
them.
and Ozil to get what's their names?
To get
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
and Bale. Bale's working out a bit, but to get-
Bell worked out. Let's
Yeah.
not.
Bell's
that-
good.
That worked out.
Bell's good.
But this, the
Simple,
Rodriguez
he's good.
signing was nonsense.
Forced.
It was just
Who?
nonsense.
Who?
Rodriguez signings was nonsense. To get
It
rid of Di
didn't make
Maria, the
sense.
guy that won the Champions League Player of the Game,
And how much they paid
in the
for him as
final.
well.
You sign a man because he scored 6 goals in the World Cup.
They sold Xavi Alonso.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they
It's
don't
mad.
have any out and out DMs now.
It's
They
mad.
don't have any.
It's mad, and they haven't strengthened at the back. that's like the
Oh,
Spanish.
Suarez,
Spanish
Messi,
football's
and
problem.
Pepe-
This
Yeah.
is what I'm
Pepe
saying.
and Ramos.
Well, there you
That's
go.
what I'm
There you go.
But they've
There
had
you
this
go.
issue for years though, and they still
Who?
go and do.
With
Like,
Pepe and
Real.
Ramos, yeah.
It's all about
But why
collective.
doesn't Varane start? Can someone actually talk to me?
Hey, he's not Spanish. First of all, he's not the image of Barcelona. This Jude was saying about
Young
image.
friendly
Yeah,
now, innit?
you have to understand. Sorry, Real Madrid. It's all about. We need to see the niceness.
Galactico.
We need to see glory. You understand? You stick Varane in
And you
there,
can't sign
you're gonna
him-
get a good defender, someone who's hard and nasty. But with Pepe and Ramos, it's just these guys don't defend. They barely even defend.
And with Real Madrid, they only make blockbuster signings. There's no centre backs that you could bring in that will cause the whole stadium to be full.
Yeah.
Like that's what they want. They want the whole stadium to be full. Everyone to be holding up new shirts that say this.
How
this,
many
that.
Spanish
Can't do
people
that.
do you think actually? How many non-Spanish people do you think enter the Bernabeu weekly? I'm sure there's a lot. People fly in just to see.
What's the
that
burn
game.
about? 80?
80,000.
80,000.
80,000. It's a massive stadium. It's a massive stadium. But anyway, we're slightly diverting. I want to talk about. I don't even want to talk about it. But Arsenal's transfer window this season.
Ask David.
There's
We've
only
got-
one Danny
I
Welbeck.
think the first question has to go to David.
I've got. Let me ask. Has it? Let's think about this question as well before answering. Has it been a good transfer window for Arsenal, David?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Yeah. Yes, why? And no, why?
Debuchy, Sanchez and Chambers, good
Yeah.
signing. But striker, bro, I'm just like, come on, man.
You're not happy with Danny
I'm
Welbeck?
not happy with Danny Welbeck, bro. And I said last week, Falcao, Balotelli, who was the other one?
Remy.
Cavani?
Cavani,
Yeah.
Remy.
They're
No, I
all-
think Remy.
They're all
All
finishers.
finishers. That's what we need. We need a finisher. They're all finished. He'll die. But even Balotelli,
Balotelli for 16.
16.
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. See, I don't know about.
Proven,
I
he's
don't know
proven
what.
in the league.
I don't know what you guys think about the Balotelli thing, because you see with Arsenal, yeah, it's been a while since we've had a squad that's got harmony in it, and I think this year, finally, it's been years since we've had a team that looks like they're together and they're actually on it. To bring Balotelli into that equation, it's a risk of disrupting that, and the worst thing Arsenal need now is a disrupt in harmony.
Especially with Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger's not a really strong personality like that. He's
anyone
more
who
of a trainer.
causes trouble, he sends them out.
Yeah, that's his.
Gets rid of them.
That's how he handles pressure.
How was Balotelli in Milan?
AC,
Mm.
he was getting dogs abuse there, man. He's black.
That's the food, yeah.
No, I'm talking about like
He's- how good-
his
no,
behaviour and
listen,
everything.
He got a
Like,
model
I
seal
mean,
for that. He
yeah.
got a model seal for that.
I think outside of the
He's-
racism,
you know
I think
what?
Balotelli was.
As in, how was he?
That's
Don't
what I'm
forget,
saying.
he was the star man in AC. That's how bad AC have gone. Not that Balotelli's a bad player.
But his
But-
behaviour, I'm
but-
not talking about how he was playing. How was
That's
he?
what I'm saying.
I
Outside
think-
of the racism, I think he was calm.
I mean, in terms of politics and stuff, not too tough. I don't know too tough. I don't really watch Serie A like that. But when he was at City, it was like
young.
it was here and there. But that's the thing, young. Do you remember when he was with Mourinho at Inter? If Mourinho, and Mancini can't sit you down, there's a problem coming. And Rodgers is not. I don't know. I don't think he's got that sort of that part of him in his management that he will make Balotelli behave all year round. Because Suarez has bitten someone twice under Brendan
Under you,
Rodgers.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And for me, it's a case of Rodgers is another sort of Ferguson type in a sense that he. Yeah, no, careful. I'm being very careful. In a sense that he will get rid of you if you're gonna make noise. He's gonna get rid of you. That if he doesn't waste time on it. Do you know what I mean? I think Rodgers will more or less bully Balotelli, and it will just disrupt Balotelli even more, and therefore he might bounce somewhere else.
I think Balotelli is going to be well behaved from now on in himself.
Do you reckon?
I don't think he'll need a manager to.
Yeah,
Yeah, honestly, I think he's been calm.
Yeah, I mean, he's always had calm games. He's always had that in him. He's always had that part to him. But
But
you
do
know,
you think his little moments that he
it's
does
the
have-
Suarez thing. I mean, I was saying all of last
So
season.
why would
I
you
was
have
saying
picked
Suarez. I was saying all of last season that Suarez is a bit. He's still got a mare in him, and I was saying it all last year, and it didn't happen. Funnily enough, it didn't happen. But then the World Cup came, and it was like, there you go. That maybe it came later for Liverpool. But what was you going to say? Why would we take
Because
Suarez?
you were saying with the whole biting and everything, you were
Because
still taking
you
Suarez.
got to look at Suarez's stats.
Football's about goals, man.
He's a
His last
baller.
2 seasons.
Of course.
You see, Suarez doesn't have off form, even when he's a nutter. Balotelli does. Balotelli is in a game where he can switch off in the game. He starts well and he can switch off. Do you remember when Man City played Arsenal a couple of years ago? I think when we beat them 1-0. And Balotelli went nuts on Sanya and Song. And then he got himself sent off. And it was unbelievable because the first half, he had a very good first half and he could have scored how many goals. But then he lost it in the middle of a match.
I agree.
There's this picture of Mourinho and Balotelli. I don't know if you guys have seen it before. Where Mourinho says there's only so much you can tell a player. Yeah, I told Balotelli. Apparently Balotelli was having a bad first half.
you watched the
He got
interview?
cautioned. I haven't seen the interview.
Watch the
Yeah,
interview.
he got cautioned in the first half. He was getting into tackles, and then he tells him at half time. He says, "Mate, you need to calm down."
He spent
He spent
14 minutes.
Yeah, he spent
in 15 minutes.
Yeah, he spent 14 or 50 minutes talking to
Talking to
Balotelli,
Mario.
literally parenting Balotelli. He says, "Look, I can tell you something, but you know, whatever you do is what you do out there. Yeah, but however, boom, boom, boom. Don't get into tackles when you get the ball. Don't get angry when the referee makes a decision. Don't get angry. Blah blah." In the 46th minute of that second half, he got sent off.
Man said,
Do you understand?
You're the
So
only striker I have.
You're not,
Please,
yeah, in fact,
don't give me-
in fact, he says to him,
Yeah,
he gives him the
you're
lowdown.
the only guy.
Eto and Ibrahimovic were not even fit.
Yeah.
And I think this was against who? Was it Man United?
No.
No, who was that against? It wasn't
I think
Champions
it was Cagliari or something.
Okay.
And he says to him, Mario,
Do you know what I'm saying?
you're the only striker I have. Please, don't do
He
anything
was
silly.
he was young, but how young are you to set fireworks off in your house? How young are you to leave your car in the middle of a street?
To throw darts
you
at
know,
the Man City
How
youth team.
young? You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
then say I was bored.
there's only so much. What was that thing when he was giving out money somewhere? When he just had money on him?
You was
and
giving out $5 grand.
Was it to
in
homeless
that.
people? Alright, if it was homeless people,
Yeah.
alright, fair enough, fair dues. I remember he went to go save a kid who was getting bullied at school and started walking around the whole school with him and just said, "Look, if anyone wants to touch this guy, he has to go through me." I understand those kind of situations. However, he's got that thing in him where it can disrupt the whole team. Suarez, when he was racist the other year, Liverpool started wearing Suarez t-shirts.
they still
I mean,
stood
do
by
you
it.
know what I'm saying? It was.
That's
It
one of
was.
the reasons I hate Glenn Johnson.
Do you know-
That's the reason I hate Glenn Johnson. He's wearing a Suarez t-shirt running around like.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, at Liverpool, you know, on one page, you can look at it like, Liverpool were a mess under Dalglish. It was unbelievable. They were a mess. I don't know what was going on.
Suarez t-shirt.
Do you remember when
Proudly,
when Suarez doesn't shake Evra's hand, and then Dalglish says, "I didn't even see that, even know that even happened." How are you going to sit there and just lie about that? You're in front of it. You're right in front of it. Like under Liverpool, look, they were a mess. Don't get me wrong.
Honestly,
it was a mess
he was
at
supposed to
Liverpool.
be-
Andy Carroll was
That
getting
whole-
drunk every weekend.
I can't even understand. Do you know what I mean? But with Balotelli, I don't. You see, Balotelli, for me, it was too risky. Even at 16 million, forget the money. The money is not the issue. It's what is it going to do to our club? Because say we don't win trophies again, 16, 32, 45 million does not come into the page.
So are you happier with Welbeck? Then?
Am I happier with Danny Welbeck? You see, the thing is because we don't know full well
I know
how
Welbeck
good
won't disrupt.
how good Welbeck
Plus, he
can
switched
be.
up the formation,
We
fam.
don't know. We don't know how great Welbeck can
Of
be
course, of
because he hasn't had that opportunity at
Of
United,
course.
and it's just because he's had better players than himself. That's just how it is. Like we were talking about Kagawa, it was just look. There's Rooney and Van P. There's no debate.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So Welbeck, it's not that you're not good enough, and that's the issue that he had at United. However, still made England caps. However, when he was played up front for England, he did score goals.
Yeah,
he scored in the bigger stages. He played against Man United, against Madrid. at the very start. There's some stuff in him. You look at it and you think,
And
God,
against
how did he
Bayern,
have
that
that?
shouldn't have been disallowed. So
You know, so there were times where it was like, you know what, I have to see him in front of. He has to play number 9 at
He has to,
Arsenal.
no.
Like if he gets
No
put on the
opposition.
left, I'll go mad.
Yeah.
I'll go blind if that
But
happens.
Wenger has it in him,
But he has it. Ozil's on
Wenger
the left
has
right
it
now.
in
Why?
and I don't
Fam, he's
understand.
playing
Why?
4-1-4-1. Why?
But I don't think that formation is actually bad. I just think
No,
that
Ozil's in the wrong place.
4-2-3-1.
Ozil's in the wrong place.
That's
How
Arsenal's
can you play
formation,
one of the
bro.
best number 10s in the world?
Bro.
How can he be on the left? And Cazorla's now behind Sonogo
I like, man.
or Alexis.
Yeah,
or,
that
it's
doesn't.
getting out of hand.
Cazorla can hold it down on the left.
But Cazorla is good today, bad tomorrow. Good today, bad tomorrow.
Yeah,
It gets on my nerves.
Yeah,
The Cazorla I met when he first came to Arsenal, I thought this guy is hot. Who is this guy? He was amazing.
I agree.
Where's that Cazorla gone?
I agree.
That's
He's
what I want
very
to find out.
lukewarm still.
That's who I want to
Very
find. If we can
lukewarm,
get
yeah.
that one back, if we can get that one back, because I remember when in the FA Cup final against Hull, I was thinking when it was a free kick in Arsenal, and you thought, free kicks, Arsenal don't score these things. Whatever, I'll let it happen. But I was sitting there thinking, Cazorla owes us something this year because he's done nothing last season.
So
yeah?
you expect to?
He had to do something, and when he scored, I couldn't
I wasn't
believe he scored. I was
expecting
like, oh snap, we scored.
yeah, that's
Do you know what I mean? I was over the moon. I was over the moon when he scored because I was like, you owe us something. It's like Ozil now. If Ozil gets an opportunity where he can change the way fans think about him right now, do it and finish it because last year you were not
We've
bad.
got a few players. That
However, yeah, there are a few, but
Wilshire's like that right now.
no, Wilshere is just getting outplayed by Ramsey. That's what it comes down to.
Ramsey's
a
one
better-
season.
Ramsey's a better player than Wilshere right now.
It's so deep.
When Ramsey doesn't play, especially against that Besiktas game, Wilshere looked unbelievable. Unbelievable. But there was no
You
Ramsey.
think it's either or? They can't
Yeah.
play together.
Well, we'll see. Because you remember the Gerard Lampard
I
thing?
never
Do
thought of it like that.
you remember the Gerard Lampard thing? It was very...
Separately, they were amazing.
Yeah.
Together, it's just
So
makes
I don't
sense.
know. I hope it's not like that. I hope it doesn't become that. They just need to... with the 4-1-4 formation, that 4 is very flat across. And it's like, you don't know who's the holding mid... Or, you know, you might have Flamini and Arteta there, but then you can't have
Everyone
all
else is
4
playing.
going forward.
Yeah.
You can't. So one has to sit back a little bit. And this whole idea that Wenger wanted to make Wilshere a number 10, like an actual number 10, it's like it's kind of getting backfired now because now we have Ozil and all of a sudden Ramsey is a really good player.
My problem is where does Oxlade play? Because for me, his talent is unbelievable.
Jeez. You know what? It's a good problem at the moment. However,
Oh,
because that's the thing. You see, when Arsenal's first team is out, yeah? When you have Arsenal's first team out, everyone's injury free. Walcott has to play on the right. Walcott is dangerous on the right, yeah? On the left now, you could say I don't know about Sanchez. Sanchez has to play.
Sanchez has to play.
Sanchez has to play. Because in my head I'm still thinking Joe Campbell. I'm still thinking Chamberlain.
Sanchez
I'm thinking
has to.
Podolski. I'm thinking, oh
Sanchez
god,
has to.
it's quite a lot.
Right.
It's quite a lot. So then you got
Sanchez
so you got Walcott, Sanchez, and then Giroud, Welbeck. You mix between the two. But I think when Giroud gets fit, I think Wenger changes the formation. We'll have Welbeck and Giroud up front, and that will look good.
4-4-2.
I have a feeling.
And then what happens with our
I have a
midfield?
feeling. Huh? Doesn't matter
Nah,
because
Wenger's
with the
Wenger's
midfield,
playing too shy.
with the midfield, it's
Who's the
it's-
two in the middle?
Would you play Diamond for?
Stress.
No, not even Diamond. Diamond's he leaves too much space in the middle. You
Wow, they all
just
get
play the
battered on the wings,
4-4-2.
bro.
You just give
A
it.
flat four.
I'm
I don't
talking.
think Arsenal
I'm talking
play
the unbeaten
4-4-2.
season
The
when we
amount
had
of
4-4-2.
midfielders that you have in that team that are such
But
high quality.
It's true, but you have to remember. You have to remember that
That
there's
4-4-2 has
always
Vieira.
games. You have to remember we have a lot of games. There's a lot of football to be
You
played.
can mix it
And-
up a lot.
And
so you can-
yeah,
Oh, you guys are still in every
it's
competition.
we're still in every
Yeah.
competition. There's a lot of games to be. I mean, our next Capital One game is Southampton. That's not going to be easy as well. Do you know what I mean? So there's going to be a lot of rotation. Last year we lost the title because we got players injured. Yet our midfield was so massive. Do you get?
Yeah.
So there was so many injuries in midfield, and it really did mess us up.
I don't think there was so many. I think it was key injuries.
Key,
When
very,
Ramsey-
very key
Ramsey-
injuries.
Ramsey was a key injury. Walker
Ramsey,
was a key injury.
Ozil, Walcott. Who else? There was another one there. That if you get them guys injured,
Man was meant to be back
Oxley.
in January, bro.
you know the Ox was out from the first game
Man
after the
came
first
back
game.
March, bro.
You know, you missed those four. You
Right,
can't win the league.
I think with 4-4-2,
Yeah.
I only see Wenger going to that when we're down in a game or something.
Fam,
Yeah,
we
like
got the
bring it on the
midfield.
sub.
He's only going to go two up front
Bring
when
on
he
the
needs
sub.
to.
Fam, we ain't got
Because he
midfield
did
to
he
do
did that against Sheffield United. He did that against Hart.
We ain't got midfield to play 4-4-2.
I think we do. I think if because
We'll get
Wilshere and Ramsey have
Who do you
legs.
play in your 4-4-2?
It's a hard question.
You can't get like if you said Wilshere and Ramsey with them, that would scare me if I was an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
What they do, sometimes Wilshere just runs out to the left for
Yeah.
no reason. Ramsey
Yeah.
runs out to the right.
Yeah, yeah.
That type of they're adventurous. You know?
And
Yeah.
and
It's
then
risky.
other team counter attacks.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
So
And our fullbacks would have gone
it'll
forward.
it'll probably go to a 4-3-3 or the 4-2-3-1. It might go into that. So
I see that.
Welbeck and Giroud will have games where they'll rest one, play the other, rest one, play the other. Because Giroud got burnt out and he just was knackered last year, absolutely knackered.
He has to do too much.
To that point of he can't even play football anymore. Do you know what I mean? He was that poor towards the end of the season. And Sonogo, you know, we were at the Britannia last year, losing at Stoke, and he brought Sonogo on, and you just knew it wasn't going to happen. You just knew it wasn't going to happen. And that chance he had, and you just sat there thinking, goodness me, you know, this is what we have. You're taking the mick out of the league title if you think you're going to win the league with those two strikers. You can't. So with Welbeck, we don't know yet. That's my thing. My thing on the whole Welbeck transfer is that this is a weird transfer. We've got a proper Mancunian at Arsenal. That's weird. Somebody who fully speaks and has the same lingo and everything like that as a Manchester United player. It's unbelievable. Imagine Wilshere at United.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I was asking my
Do you know
friend
what I mean?
yesterday, like
We've got
his heart is still going to be Man United, but he'll be an Arsenal player.
Apparently, he's
Say that again, sorry?
he's
Say that again?
saying just Arsenal in his interview.
Say that again. What was that?
Because you know, like his heart is still going to be Man United, but he's got Arsenal. He's going to be an Arsenal player.
That's the thing. Like,
It's
is because what surprises me about the whole deal, he's happy to come to Arsenal. That's what shocks me. That's why I'm thinking, bro.
Listen, okay. If you know that you're the fourth choice striker behind Radamel Falcao,
Behind Falcao,
Van
Van
Persie,
Persie,
and
yeah.
Rooney, yeah, and the opportunity arises for you to play for another top Premier League club that's in the Champions
That's
League,
in Champions League,
you're
you
going
go.
to be happy to go there.
And you know their main
So
striker's
weird.
injured for
I
a
mean,
few months.
okay, so has
Yeah.
the whole loyalty with football, has it changed?
I
Is
think
it no longer there?
You know what? I think there's too much burden on the
What you
players to
saying,
be
Oscar?
loyal.
I think the move.
I agree. I agree.
There's too much burden on the players.
I think the move has to
Because for
hurt.
me, do you know what? From
You
where
know
I
what?
stand,
You know
yeah.
what it is? I don't
Has
think
to hurt.
clubs don't have to be loyal. Why is it Man United loyal to a player they've had since he was 7 years old? Why aren't they putting him? Why aren't they playing him up front? Why aren't they using him in his proper position? Clubs don't have to be loyal, but players do. And I think that's unfair.
For me, it's because I come from a loyalty side of things, where it's like if you know Tony Adams, Vieira, if you're Arsenal, you're Arsenal through and through. Do you know them ones? And to see when I saw first of all Ashley Cole go to Chelsea, that's where it began. That's where that snowball effect rattled on for me, and I thought, how can players do this? I'm a fan. Like I thought these players are fans of the club that they play for. How can you go to your rival team, kind of thing? And so for me to accept Welbeck just like that, who's a Man United boy, yeah. Obviously, I mean, what's amazing is that his first game was against City. I hope he's ready for that. You know what I mean?
I'm hoping
but
Everybody scores 5 just for United.
I hope
want
I hope he's ready for that kind of game. But it's the fact that it would be so hypocritical of me just to accept it and say, you know what? Great, let's have Welbeck.
We have no choice.
Because I hate the fact Van Persie went to United. I hate the fact Nasri went to City. I hate the fact that Ashley Cole went to Chelsea. I hate the fact that Cesc Fabregas. Oh, you don't understand. Me and my brother can rattle all day about Cesc Fabregas. That guy is
Players have to
unbelievable.
move on. Players have to move
I
on.
mean, that's the thing, though. What?
It's not
'cause-
always, you can't always stay in the same club.
I believe
no transfers then.
that transfer must have hurt him though. Yeah.
Who, Fabregas? No,
No,
we
no,
told
no,
him.
I'm
We
talking
told.
about
Oh,
Welbeck.
Welbeck.
Welbeck's transfer
Yeah, yeah.
must have hurt
You see,
him.
but
He
Welbeck
think-
rejected
think-
Tottenham, didn't he? Was it he rejected Tottenham? That's
He
what made it
rejected
available
Tottenham.
after.
But he's saying in his interview, he's
Yeah.
always envisaged playing for Arsenal.
Goodness me.
And he's that's what I'm saying.
Goodness me.
I'm reading through.
No, Jim,
I'm reading
talk to me.
You know what?
No,
You know
Jim,
what?
talk to me.
Believe it.
Because remember this, yeah?
No,
Because I'll tell you
say about
what.
that.
Because you know what happened with me, yeah? When Van Persie said that the little boy inside him, that's what threw me off.
You know what? You know what it is? Players are liars. It's as simple as that.
I don't believe
you
that,
have to win over the new fans. Radamel Falcao said, "It's my duty to play for Man United."
We know it wasn't. Yeah.
Let's
No,
not.
it
We wanted to
wasn't.
go
Yeah.
down.
Even Di Maria as well.
Yeah.
Di Maria said
I'm happy that you're here, but don't lie to me. Don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Do not lie to
I
me.
agree with
We
you
know.
100%.
So
You
you're
can be happy to be something about dreaming about it since you were 4 years old.
so
It's
your
okay.
view is that he wish he was still at United and it's United through and through. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm saying that he's happy with the move now because of what's happened.
Okay.
You have to put into context because he has never played up front. He has not got the opportunity. He has got Ranamel, Falcao, Van Persie, and Rudy in front of him.
Yeah.
So in his situation, it's calm.
It's hard enough.
Everything-
Fernandes
every
was-
And even when
He
you
would rather have that
This
opportunity at
whole
United.
loyalty thing being an overarching thing. No, every
like-
situation is different.
But
You
he
know
would
what
rather have the opportunity at United.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In an
Like,
ideal
yeah,
world.
for
In an ideal
example,
world.
because you know what,
Not because he's a United fan.
you know what, some transfers I understand. Like Welbeck is a thing of he had no choice. Is what we're basically saying.
Yeah.
But explain Cole from Arsenal to Chelsea. Explain Van Persie from Arsenal to Man United. Explain Nasri from Arsenal to Man City. Like those are situations where they turn around and say, you know what, bun I don't want to be here no more. Bun this.
But I feel
And
like
these are
I
all
can
players
you
that
can
were
explain
top
actually
players.
Cole, right?
They were top players in the team at Arsenal. Yeah, first team players. Cole left the year after we were in the Champions League final. The year before that we won the FA Cup. The year before that we were unbeaten.
But with this
Do you know
whole
what I mean?
thing,
Ashley Cole was the best left back in the world, and Arsenal offered him 55 grand
Yeah,
a
the
week,
wage is
and he
different.
felt like.
That's why we
anywhere
call him
else I
Cashley
go,
Cole. That's
I
why we
got
call him
paid.
Cashley.
I think that's unfair. Any other job, if you worked at a bank,
No,
you're the
but
best
football.
banker in the world.
I
would
always
you
hear
take
this.
a
I
lower
always hear
contract?
this scenario, but football is different. It's not a job.
No, you know what it is. You know what it is.
But playing for a football team is not a job.
Let's not lie, it is a profession.
No, it's a
It's a
profession.
profession.
This is where people
not
get
lie.
go
Technically,
crazy.
yes.
Let's
There's
not
no
lie.
loyalty in football.
Technically,
if
yes.
Rooney left, I wouldn't hate him.
But they
Because
used
he's a man
to.
that
They
made
used to
that
be
decision
loyalty
to
in
do.
football. That's what it is. They used
They
to.
never
Be.
used to.
They used to.
It's all that's all
It was-
nostalgia messing with people's brains. You know.
It was,
It's not the truth.
it was unheard of. You would never see like Roy Keane go any like you guys didn't sell Gabriel Hinsey to Liverpool, yeah? Hinsey at the end of his time. At the end of his time, you still wouldn't give him to Liverpool
No,
because
that was
it's
Fergie.
Liverpool.
No, Fergie.
Yeah, Ferguson.
hated- I don't think you understand.
Yeah,
Fergie. When he came his first press conference, what do you
The
want
guy
to do?
is Scottish.
I want to knock
He's not
Liverpool
even-
off their perch.
He's not even English.
He hates Liverpool.
He's not even English.
If it was Arsenal,
Do
he
you
might
know
not
what?
even English. I don't know why he hates Liverpool. Maybe he was a Man United fan from.
I thought it's a
but
Man
he hates
United thing. I
Liverpool.
thought when your DNA is Man, like I know Man United fans that hate Liverpool more than Arsenal.
I hate Liverpool more than Arsenal.
And you know what I mean? To me, I'm just like, wow, that's unbelievable because I hate Manchester United more than I hate Tottenham. Real talk.
Yes.
Do you know
I
what
used to
mean?
hate Arsenal more, but since you guys fell off, I was like,
Yeah,
sorry.
do you know what? Exactly.
That makes me hate them even more.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, because
Chelsea for me is Chelsea and Man United. I hate. Oh my god, Chelsea and Man United. They're up there with me. They are up there. I can't stand the pair of those two teams. But the fact that City could win the league by buying it is also gets on my nerves. So that's why I kind of wanted Liverpool to win the league last year. But even admitting that alone, admitting that alone was unbelievable.
Everyone wins the league by buying it. To be honest with you,
The team
You
that won
develop
it all
good
five
players
No,
on the league.
buying it. Yeah, no. I think the
That
term
team-
buying the
that
league
team
is
that won it all
silly.
five bought the league.
It's the way in which it was bought. You know what I mean? It's the where the money
Invincible
came
teams,
from.
no one. There was like 3 players that were developed from the squad. Everyone else was bought.
Yeah.
So to say that, oh, you're buying the league, I think it's unfair just
Chelsea's
because of the
buying
wages
the
and stuff and stuff.
David, why did Wenger not buy a centre back or a holding midfielder this summer?
I don't know.
And why is it when he says that he doesn't
And you know
need
he's selling the
he
truth.
doesn't
Like
need
he's selling-
when he
he
says
does not know.
I'm not looking he said I'm not interested in signing a striker. He said I'm not interested in signing a striker, yeah? And there are other players other areas that we need to fulfill. Why does he then sign Welbeck lastminute.com? Explain something to me.
That's Arsenal for you.
Explain
I
something to
really
me.
don't know, I'm
I'm
confused.
rattled.
Right, he's
Explain.
doing wrong playing football. He's doing charity match.
Do you know what? From the minute he said, from the minute
I think Arsene Wenger is a legend. No, honestly, that's what I
transfer
said to you.
deadline
He
day.
must be a bad man to think, all right, someone's coming in, I can ref a match.
Do you know what, on a side
In
note,
another country.
he's such a bad man. How you go to Rome and referee match on
Oh,
deadline
no,
day?
no. You're a bad man if you sign a top number
thing is,
9.
This time Falcao did that. I'm like,
You're
yo.
a bad man. Then you're a bad
He was
you're a bad
don't forget,
boy.
he was in Brazil, beach volleyball, and
Signing
signed
Sanchez.
Yeah?
Fine.
And you thought,
Fine. Fine.
Now you know what? The
You know
context.
what
The
else
con-
that makes me think though?
Yeah.
He's not really involved in transfers. And if I was
Clearly.
an Arsenal fan, that would be
Clearly.
scary to me.
Yeah, very scary.
No. Do you know why? He's the reason why our transfers have been so bad. He needs to let go of that area.
Honestly.
You see, Wenger is Arsenal. You have to, and it's like Ferguson is Manchester United. If anyone ever told Ferguson to do something, do this and that, and they all submit to Ferguson. The same way, you know how bad it is? Gazidis was interviewed by Wenger to get the job at Arsenal. That's how bad it is. Now, how can I
serious?
interview you
Are you being
for you
serious?
to be the guy above me?
That's
How
our
can
CEO,
how can I interview you?
Are you serious?
No, check it, yeah? So now, listen. When I say that every transfer that went through in the last couple of years, right? If say for example we have what's his name, Richard Law, and then we had David Dean and all them guys. They were like, here's the value of the player. Yeah, Wenger, this is what we're gonna put on. Wenger can turn around and say, no, he's not worth that amount. Bring that money down. Bring that money down. Bring that money down. And he has the final say on the transfer. Higuain is the biggest example. Because when Higuain was almost signed and delivered, he said, stop, I've got Suarez's contract activated. Forget Higuain. And so they went to Suarez. And when Suarez's contract was supposedly activated, what happened? The base flopped. Badly. But under Wenger, when it comes to the money, what did he buy? When it comes to the transfers, he bought... let me not list those names again. I can't. Park, Squillaci,
Kallstrom.
Kim Kallstrom.
Was
Yeah?
injured.
Oh, goodness me.
When you
Bruv,
signed him.
Johan Giroud, Denilson. Yeah? Park Chi-Young, Shamak, Javinho, Santos.
Andre Santos is the greatest player to ever play in the Prem.
Did you hear why he
He
didn't
took
look,
Van
do you know
Persie's
what?
shirt
Do you know
out
what?
half
Do you know what's
time.
mad? Do you know what's mad? Do you know why? Did you hear?
That was the worst performance I've
Did you
ever
hear?
seen at that.
Did you hear why he didn't buy Gareth Bale? Did you hear why Wenger said he didn't buy Gareth Bale?
Why?
Because he didn't want to disrupt Clichy. Clichy. Gal Clichy.
I think Arsene Wenger is a legend.
I think he's still.
No, but I think that whole thing of him being in where was he? France?
Italy.
Italy. Italy. I think
Went to see the Pope.
That's a really worrying thing.
No,
for
the
us,
thing
like,
is, I think because you know what's important is that your chief negotiator should be doing the business. They have they have other guys that deal with the matter. We had David Dean who brought players no matter what the cost was. Ever since David Dean left, our recruitment policy went downhill because Wenger says, "I want these guys," and David Dean is king negotiator. We'll get you a player for even he'll get you a player on the cheap, no problem. But ever since it's been the other way around, where no, you know what, Gazidis is like, Wenger, we trust you. Here you go. Here's your budget. Now go and buy those players. Yeah.
But at the end of transfer deadline day, did you guys see when Ben Arthur signed for Hull?
Yeah.
And he's in that room and they showed him and he was talking to Steve Bruce for about an hour.
Ah, but remember the owner was there though.
I understand the owner was there.
there.
But when Welbeck comes to Man United, came to Arsenal, who was there? Who was he talking to? Who was reassuring him that he's got a place?
Yeah, no,
because reassuring England squad. So
no. Wilshire's not negotiated there.
No, I understand. But when he did his medical,
we have a team.
There's no one there.
Each club has a team.
But don't you want your manager to be there to reassure you that you're going to get games? You're going to be.
Obviously,
I mean, that's the right way to
obviously,
do it.
As in you want someone
that's the voice note sent. Yeah, obviously that's what.
I used Ben Arthur as an example because we saw him talking to Steve Bruce, talking to
Wenger got
his agent
too
and
involved.
whatnot,
I get what you're saying. Wenger got too involved.
So he's been the cause for a lot of things.
It's the value of the player because it's always been so and so is not worth this amount. I can't afford to pay these wages. He could have paid those wages. If you got rid of the trash,
would you have taken? Yeah, Carvalho's one.
If you got rid of the trash,
would you have taken Falcao's wages? Do you think Wenger?
No, the only reason
should have.
The only reason you see Falcao, yeah, I tell you what, my problem with Wenger was this. He made a statement and said, "I'm not interested in a striker." That's his first statement. First of all, he's mad to say that, but that's his statement. So if you're gonna say something, stick by it. Okay, cool. So you don't want to get a striker, fine. So he wants to go fill up elsewhere. I have no problem. If we signed centre back and a holding mid, and we still don't have a striker, I'll be like, this guy's he's a lunatic. We're not going to win the league this year. I'll accept that now. Okay. Yeah. But then you went on and tried to get. You were offered Falcao. Yeah. You were offered Falcao. Yeah. And to be honest, to pay for a loan is ludicrous. I don't even understand.
Yeah, when did we stop paying for
I don't even understand what that means. And obviously, I heard it was a £20 million loan in the beginning. Remember not what you got.
In the beginning,
remember in the beginning,
it was 20 million euros.
To City, United, and Arsenal, it was 20 million for a loan, and whatever the wages were. That's crazy for a year. I'm renting Falcao for 20 million.
Wasn't Tevez 20 million for a loan?
Yeah, they had 2-year loan.
Yeah,
but
isn't that what Falcao is?
1 year. He's 1 year with an option to buy. With option to buy. But what's it called? Yeah, so for me it was just like, okay, so you've been offered one of the deadliest strikers in the world.
Top 3.
One of the dead. You saw what he did.
Top 3.
You saw what he did to Chelsea. You saw what the guy did. If you want anything as proof, you saw what he did there. Yeah. Cool, innit? And he rejects Falcao. Yeah.
And the thing is, Falcao comes to Emirates and says, "This is my CV.
What? This is
what I can do."
Remember when Remy came? Remy was there running around the pitch, thinking, Wenger, this is me. I even come to a game. I don't even
come chat to me.
I'm a Newcastle player. I'm at the Emirates watching a game against West Brom at Arsenal. What are you doing there? Yeah, that's one CV to hand. But when you come to the pitch and score against us, yeah, you've told man, You've told man really what's what. Yeah, cool. You've rejected that contract. Fine. It's Wenger's stubborn ways. Cool. I have to just live with that. I have to get through another window of this nonsense. Yeah, and then you go for Danny Welbeck. Explain something to me.
There's only one Danny Welbeck.
Explain something to me though.
Okay, basically,
explain.
Fans on gas, but I'm like, fam.
Because you know what Wenger was saying? I only bring top quality into the side. He says, I have to bring a player that will improve the squad. I have to bring a player. You know what I'm saying? I have to find the right. I have to find the right guy. But my thing was that he had 2 stories.
Yeah, okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying? If will Welbeck improve Arsenal's squad? Definitely. Yeah. Will he get some goals at the Emirates if he's fit and he plays every game? Definitely.
He will definitely get.
No doubt. I mean, Giroud gets goals.
The problem is
just the name that is
my
Welbeck,
problem is
because it feels like
no. I have no issue with Welbeck.
No.
If Falcao is offered at your door, you're saying you don't need a striker. You're saying you want to buy a top player that will improve the squad, and you reject Falcao, and then you bring in Danny Welbeck. Explain something to me. When you first said you don't need a striker, you're not interested. So if you're offered, because basically he was basically offered again. He was basically offered Welbeck in layman's terms. He was offered Welbeck and took it.
The whole summer, strikers have been throwing themselves at Arsenal. Balotelli, Remy, even Falcao was.
Balotelli said he asked his wages to come.
Bro, let me ask you this.
People were flirting with Arsenal. And he said no.
Let me ask you this question.
We need a finisher.
Damn right. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question. Why has Manchester United replaced Van Persie before Arsenal have? Talk to me.
Oh yeah.
Why? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Bro, that's ridiculous. That is stupid. That is mad. The guy is mad, bro. How can you replace Van Persie before us? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
We thought Van Persie was having surgery.
Yeah,
he's not, and we still got Falcao.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We needed, when you sell Van Persie, you've told me something. You want Man United to win the title. And they won it. They won it by a street.
Fabregas.
Yeah?
When you let Fabregas go to Chelsea?
Are you kidding me? When you gave City all those players?
Nah, you know what?
Are you kidding me?
The same thing when you give Nadri to City. The same
I
thing.
guess it's what Arsenal fans have been saying all this time though. Stadium.
The thing is, stadium is one thing, because me and my dad get into this massive argument about the whole financial stuff and the because I still take that as garbage. Why? Because there was a lot of players in our team who are on some stupid wages. I named them. I've named all these players that were on at least 50k.
Park was on 70.
If I could take away Park's wages, Denilson's wages, Bentner's wages, Park's wages, you buy a top quality striker with that money.
Honestly, one guy.
It's not a long thing. And the second thing is, why are we selling our top players? If we haven't got the money to buy anyone, why are you selling your top players? Why? You keep them. At the same time, however, when it came to winning titles, when it came to winning trophies, it was those top players that flopped us at the end of the day. When it comes down to it, every time we used to go out of the Champions League, every time we lost the league title, it was always our players that flopped the base. Every year. Bowie against Liverpool, when we were 1-0 up in the 110th minute. We scored a penalty in the 110th minute. Who scores a penalty in that injury time? In a Premier League game. And you still concede a penalty after that. What about Almunia when we're 2-0 up against Wigan? Yeah? And we concede 3 goals in 10 minutes. When he's throwing the ball in his own net. Yeah?
I'm not defending Wenger.
Fabregas.
I'm not defending Wenger.
Fabregas back heels to Iniesta at the new camp. Gives him an assist
I'm not defending Wenger. Wenger is I love Wenger because of how ridiculous he is. My dad's an Arsenal fan. My dad's like a hardcore Arsenal fan. He loves Arsenal.
Yeah.
But he's come to a breaking point. Like every time he hears Wenger, you can see like he physically gets down. Like he gets emotionally downcast.
Your dad sees what's going. My dad, however, Wenger can't do wrong. My dad justified every selling of our top player that we had. I sat there in my room thinking, I don't know this man. How can you tell me that? How can you say to me?
He's still my real dad.
Oh my God. I couldn't believe it. Fabregas, Nasri, in the same week, and didn't replace it.
What was Van Persie saying in that interview then?
Which one?
Before he came to United, that the vision of the club is what he does.
He brought out a statement on his website. Yeah. Listen, this is the way he did it.
Van Persie has a website.
The way he did it was wrong for a captain of your club.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? You first of all put the club's ambition online. You don't do that.
For all to see.
You don't do that. Yeah? Secondly, who are you to say that the club lacks ambition? Who are you to say that? Rooney did the same thing and got given 250 grand. I couldn't believe Ferguson.
That's
how
my
Ferguson
biggest-
sanctioned that deal.
You know
I'll
what?
never know.
You know what?
No,
Maybe it was the Glazers. That has to be
You
the
know with Rooney?
Glazers.
You know with Rooney, yeah?
Yeah.
His what's his name? Agent,
Yeah.
Paul Stretford, is the biggest Man United fan you'll ever meet. That's what I found out. I was in shock.
Okay.
Everything he has ever done has been about negotiation. To be honest, I heard 2010 for 2 weeks he wanted to leave, but other than that, he's never ever wanted to leave Manchester United. Rooney himself. Like, there's nowhere for him to go. Where would he go?
It seemed like he wanted to go.
Because I remember David
He's never
Moyes.
wanted to go. It's all been about negotiation. It's all been hardball, like, I'm leaving now unless you give me this. Unless you give me new players around me, I'm leaving. But as soon as he got money, he was happy as like, yeah, I can't wait to start the new season. It's all been about money. And when we talk about players and money, it's very hard sometimes. So we're thinking, no, just take the lower money. Like, what's the difference between 150,000?
Anyone that ever talked smack to Ferguson got sold.
Because Ferguson
got
knew
abused.
that he didn't really want to leave, and it's all about negotiation power. And my dad has a conspiracy theory about that as well.
Yeah.
He said the team weren't performing at the time. Yeah. We were playing rubbish. The form was down. Everything. Remember that interview you did with Rooney? Just cussed all the players. Like he laid into Nani. He laid into like.
Sounds familiar.
He laid into like 3 or 4 players. Just said the squad. 2010, I can't remember. I think
it was when they lost to Bayern. I think when you lost to Bayern that game.
Was that
wasn't it?
post-match
Rooney.
interview?
I don't know.
No, I can't remember. But I just know he laid into like 5 players in the media or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gave out names.
Names and stuff.
Ferguson.
What
No, Rooney.
Okay.
The day after in training, everyone was hugging him. So, like the theory is that he was just doing that. Ferguson was a part of the plan to get more money at the Glazers for Rooney and to get some attention off the squad, as in and put all the attention on Rooney.
Performances and
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. When you
I see it like
first
some
deal.
scandals.
There is something. It's something always going on.
It's not as clear as it
It's
seems.
never-
I
it's
don't know.
never-
Because Ferguson, have you ever seen Ferguson hug someone after they done something like that? But the next day he was hugging Rooney with a new contract. Oh, well done, lads.
Look at what he did to Roy Keane.
know, man.
Look at what he did to Yap Stam. Look what
Ferguson
he did to
destroys
Beckham.
people that come against him.
Cantona.
So he had to be a part of the plan.
Goodness me.
He had to be a part of the
Cancer
plan.
retired.
No,
What happened with Cantona?
I swear him and Cantona fell off.
Nah,
No, they're boys. They're boys.
No, I know Cantona has respect. He will say sorry before anything with Ferguson. Yeah, but I thought.
Did you hear what he said?
Wait,
He said to Falcao.
What did he
He's
say? Yeah, I had to-
Cantona said, Falcao will die a happy man.
Yeah, we'll die a happy
Because it's
man.
become
You know what I'm saying? So, well back, I would like to see what he can do. It's just so weird.
Honestly, I
I've got
think
a
you
Manchester
signed
United
a
boy.
good player.
I think
We signed a good player.
Till I see it.
But
Till he finishes, fam.
No, David.
saying
David,
no.
yes,
I would
last
say
season,
no.
yeah, Van Persie and Rooney were out for like 6 months in the summer, yeah, summer 6 months. Welbeck scored 9 goals in that time, yeah. The previous year he scored 1. Like, bruv, I think if you give him the opportunity with your midfield, I think he's banging goals.
The thing I don't like
scores
about
for England as
the thing
well.
I don't like about
goals.
the whole thing with Welbeck, there's so many ifs. If this happens, I wanted a striker where
Yeah,
it's
because
like,
he's third choice. You're never gonna know.
I know that's what I'm saying.
But that's
I want
the thing.
What I'm
Don't say
saying.
you don't need a striker. And
But,
buy
but
Danny
listen,
Welbeck.
in football, there's no sure.
Like you've got Falcao now. There's no if
No
things
one's-
work
no
out.
one's worried.
There's
You
nothing.
know.
That's what I'm saying. I wanted a striker where it's like we know.
Exactly.
You're right.
That's what
But
I'm
even us
saying.
talking about Falcao, oh yeah,
Because what?
you could
'cause
come
no
and
one's-
score 4 goals.
Is
and
anybody
you never
saying-
know?
I know,
Yeah,
but the
it's a
expectation
bigger
already
risk.
is.
It's the
Yeah.
expectation.
much.
No,
You
but
never want to do
he is
image and
mad.
No, but Brethren,
Prove it.
look, Jude. Let me give it like this. Yeah, let me give it like this.
Prove it
You
with
know
a
what?
capital
When
P.
I started becoming an Arsenal fan, there was a guy called Ian Wright. There was a guy called Nicholas
right,
Anelka.
right.
There was Dennis Bergkamp. There was Thierry Henry. There was Robin van Persie. There was Eduardo. That's it. Even Adebayo, I'll throw him in there.
He
'Cause
scored 30 goals.
He had a hot year one time.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he did.
but since Eduardo, name those strikers we bought. It's a shame. It's a sham.
But you can say the same thing about Man United, the central midfield. We've had a hole in central midfield since Paul Scholes retired. We brought a 38-year-old man back to play football for us.
And won the league with him
Yeah.
when he came back.
That's
That's the
what I'm
difference.
saying, that's the
You won the
difference.
league. Brethren, you won titles.
Fam, we ain't got finishes,
Brought gold
fam.
home.
It's ridiculous.
That's what it comes down
I
to.
wanted a player
one-on-one.
that's previously
One
scored more than
on
20
one.
goals somewhere.
No. It's not even that. One-on-one.
Do you know what?
I
I'll be
know
honest
he
with you.
will
Do you know
score,
what?
bro.
Listen, give
I'm
me.
excited about
I'll take Huntelaar.
But can I say,
12 million
you
release
said this
clause.
before, that
I'll take Huntelaar.
the way Arsenal play, it's not even so much about the striker. It's
Yeah.
mainly the attacking midfielders that get most of your goals. Look at Ramsey. He was the top
True,
scorer
but
last year.
that's the
So
thing.
where
Because
you
that's,
guys
and that's
were-
why
that's
I'm stagnant with like the Remys and of this world. Because for me, it was like if you put Falcao he does put the ball in the net. And he plays for Porto. He's played for Atletico. He's played for Monaco, Colombia, and
he's
scores in
delivered
all of those.
all of them.
So it shows you. See why Van Persie's one of the deadliest strikers in the world? Put him anywhere, and he will bang hard, and nobody will even question that. No one's questioning Van Persie's talent. He's how you hard at Arsenal and Man United. Name me another player that's done that. Name another player that's done that. How you hard at both teams? Do you get what I'm saying? My thing is like that's why you can't. That's why you can't run with Balotelli too tough. That's why you can't run with Remy because it's like. It's a risk. For me, it's more of a risk. With Welbeck, I can't say it's a risk because we're yet to see. You know the whole Cagwell thing, somebody was saying that, how can you miss something you never really had? And I get that point. So with us, it's like, I'm not going to say I miss Welbeck's goals because I don't know him like that to be scoring. I don't know him to score that many goals for United, first of all. So that's why for us, it's like...
It's hard to have an opinion on Welbeck because we
me.
don't know. You never know what's going to happen.
It's odd.
But he's like with Sturridge and Chelsea, really.
That's what Arsenal fans are hoping for.
That's
what Arsenal fans are hoping for is that because Sturridge was a good player anyway. It's just he had this attitude of I need to be up front. Put me up front, and I'll score. And then when he was put up front,
and hopefully for Arsenal,
that's exactly
I'm hoping that's
and that's where we are. When Liverpool signed Sturridge, they never saw that coming.
Honestly,
and never saw themselves going top
did not
4.
see that coming.
When it was Sturridge, it was like, man, do you remember Liverpool used to sign some guys? Do you know what I'm saying? Liverpool used to have a sick team. They lost the title, I remember, to United, and it was like, if you finish with those points in any other season, you won the league. It was so close for them that time. But now to sign somebody like Sturridge at that moment, it was a bit odd.
Look at Sturridge's numbers, yeah?
It was a bit odd.
Bolton on loan, 12 appearances, 8 goals. Yeah? Liverpool, 46 appearances, 32 goals.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But that's the thing, because at City and Chelsea, it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? And that's where everybody was like, whoa. Because it was like, he's playing for a big club and it's not working at a big club. And Rodgers...
It's not like it didn't work. City,
yeah, he was
Chelsea
young.
just bought him.
He's mad young.
He was young and Chelsea thought, oh, we have to get this guy because he's sick.
Rodgers said, look, this is his last chance. He said, if Sturridge knows this is his last opportunity, he was not lying. And Sturridge
he's been brilliant.
Sturridge now could be linked with another.
Exactly.
Do you get?
He's revived
and
his
that's
career
why we're
already.
hoping the same for Welbeck. All you can do is hope. My hope in Wenger, my faith in Wenger is this: he can squeeze goals. He squeezed goals out of Shamak when he first came, and he squeezed goals out of Giroud, who we never thought would be scoring. Adebayo became a top scorer in the Premier League. I never saw that ever happening. Adebayo. Never saw that happen.
Adebayo's always had talent. I've always respected.
What? Even when we was at Highbury and he was there, I don't know. I don't know. But don't forget,
mentally, he's mentally ill. I think
that's the thing. You see what is? You see all these strikers that became good. It's because they had a guy that they had to compete with. Do you get? And so, why is Welbeck Arsenal's top striker right now?
Ridiculous.
No disrespect to Welbeck. Why is he our top striker? A 23-year-old.
Yeah.
Why is Sonogo playing against Bayern Munich last season? How are you entering the game? Because Giroud's...
Was that his first start?
I don't know if it was. I don't know.
I think that was his. I think that was.
If that's his first start.
That's the first time I saw Sonogo start.
Your full
The greatest
debut.
picture of all time.
Your full debut.
Oh, Tom cleverly holding
an Aston Villa shirt.
The greatest picture of all
Do you know what I mean? So that's where I stand on the whole thing. The recruitment policy of this club needs to change at Arsenal. It just needs to change. When you buy somebody, you've got to buy somebody better than what you had. And one thing I loved about David Dean is that he looked at his team and thought, how can I improve this team? After winning the double in 2002, he looked back and said, "How do you do?"
Chelsea do the best in the transfer market.
Best business
this year.
I think this is only this year. They've never done as good as
do
they
you know
do
when
this
we
year.
won the best? Not when we signed Fabregas, not when we signed Costa. When we sold David Luiz for 50 million. That was the best deal possible. I don't know how you get 50 million for him.
That was. Chelsea, you know what, Chelsea.
It's what PSG wants to do image game.
A lot of noise has been said about Chelsea. For some reason, I don't know why. I
PSG
still
had the new
think
Real Madrid
City
coming
is
in
still
that.
the team to beat
No.
because of the champions.
Well, Stoke beat him.
Stoke beat them, but you lost to Villa and thing last year. Villa and Palace last season. Do you know what I mean? Like everyone's going to have that funny defeat. Everyone's going to get it next season. No word of a lie.
It's the Premier League, and if it was La Liga.
Yeah, exactly. In La Liga, you'll be sacked as manager. Do you know what I mean? But here, we're gonna get that. Leicester's gonna beat someone eventually. QPR's gonna do a thing. You never know, do you know what I mean? So, it's gonna be. I'd love to see what QPR do at Old Trafford. I'm just hoping now. Now I'm just doing wishful thinking.
Wait, sorry to bring it back to Arsenal, but I've got an interesting thesis about Arsene Wenger. Do you guys not think that because of he's been there so long and he's got a certain job security, that's not what forces him to go out and do big signings?
I've heard
if a manager, let's say, I don't know, AVB, was in charge at Arsenal, now,
That's
and he had that transfer window, he would have signed
Do you know
somebody
what?
big because he knows at the end of the season he's probably gone if Arsenal don't do well.
With Arsenal,
Whereas Arsene Wenger,
with Arsenal, it goes
he's
beyond
comfortable
that.
with
I know why he says it, but with Arsenal, it goes beyond that. Because with Arsenal, remember, it's the board that says so and so staying. It's not Wenger. Do you know what I'm saying? The board don't want to lose Wenger because it's Wenger. You know what I'm saying? And if they bring in another manager, because Wenger will not be there forever, when they bring in another manager, it's the same thing. You see what Man United were when they had that longevity with Ferguson, and we thought we're going to see it in David Moyes. The minute when it switched and it went to Van Gaal, I thought, wow, that surprised me. Manchester United actually changed like the way they kind of been. Do you know what I mean? Because I heard Bugsby was also a long-terming manager there as well. So
with United, I think we've had to. With United, I think the whole thing has been modernising. Because we just went for another Scotsman that'll be there for time.
Bugsby was there.
It was just silly, man.
Because Van Gaal's not going to be there longer than 4 years.
No.
You know what I mean?
And then Giggs is taking over.
And then, so is Giggs the next longevity manager? Do you reckon?
Probably 10 years or something.
With Gary Neville next.
No, honestly, I hope not.
With Gary Neville next.
I think he still needs experience.
I think that's why he's there though. He's there to learn direction.
As in, no, but I think he needs his own team before he comes to United.
To go somewhere else and then come back.
Man United is too big for a man that's managed 4 games.
Pep didn't manage.
Pep
managed the B team.
But one guy
Barcelona
doing
is
it is never the example to say because he did it, he can do it.
No. Possibly.
This is what I'm saying.
But as in, we shouldn't rule it out.
No, you can still be justified off hypotheticals. I'm just saying
That's
that
the-
for
you know
me,
what,
I'll give Ryan Giggs like one of these
Once Wenger leaves,
bottom 10 teams.
Guardiola, fam.
Yeah,
And then
that's
we'll
it.
see.
No, real talk. If anybody
Roberto Martinez.
other than Guardiola steps
Arsenal.
foot at Arsenal, I would be mad.
I think if you Roberto, he's not
I
going to
think
be fine.
Martinez,
I'm still
Sorry.
very
Second choice,
unconvinced
second
about
choice.
Roberto Martinez.
Why?
Sorry.
No, Martinez.
I'm still very
Do you know what?
unconvinced.
Martinez is a good manager, but just he can't come to Arsenal, brethren. He can't.
Explain
can't.
to me. No, explain to me where
I think
Roberto
he
He
Martinez
can't.
has taken a
He
team
can't.
and excelled that team.
He can't. Huh?
What I've seen from Roberto Martinez that was really good was he consistently helped Wigan stay up.
Yeah.
Consistently. did
Don't
that.
forget Swansea. He started that Swansea trend that it is now. Let's not forget that. So from Swansea in League 2, then he's gone to Wigan, and keeping them up was a miracle. I don't know how he did that. But then at Everton, to be fair, he plays better football than what Moyes did at Everton. Because you know when Man United came to the Emirates last season, I felt like I'm playing Everton. Why are they coming back to sit back?
Yeah, but think about how much
How
money
can Man
he spent
United
at
sit back?
Everton, and
Man
he's done the
United
same
never
as
sit.
Moyes.
One of the things I love about playing against Man United over City and Chelsea was that Man United are going to come and play. Therefore, we can play.
No, but Man United
So the
get
best
that
team
goal and
wins.
still sit back.
The best team wins.
No, historically,
Bro.
Man United have always attacked. Even
I've
if they
never-
free
Against
That's
Arsenal,
why
they get
Moyes
that goal and
was
sit back.
Moyes'
That's why I
era
hate
was
Moyes.
like
That's why I hate Moyes.
And then counter-attack
When Man
us.
United come to the Emirates, 3 goals. 2 to 3 goals minimum when they used to come.
Even
Do you remember
when
when
Rooney-
Rooney, Ronaldo was there,
then the
Nani
next
was
few
there.
goals were usually counter-attack goals.
Yeah, that's very true. I remember
No, they
that.
were counter-attack.
They
'cause
get
we're
that
at
first
home.
goal, sit back,
No,
and
because-
know we're not going to do anything,
Don't
and then
forget-
counter-attack us.
Don't forget, Arsenal are the
Man United used to
listen,
get
Arsenal are
that
the
early goal
possession
and then
team.
counter-attack.
First of all, Arsenal's the possession team. Whether Man United or not wanted the ball, we
They're gonna-
had it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Hey,
But
and
they were
secondly-
comfortable just sitting there,
they're
letting us
away
have
from
it.
home. They are away from home. That's not even because even when we go to Old Trafford, they play. They're the big team at Old Trafford. We're nowhere near them when we play at Old Trafford. We scored a counter-attacking goal at Old Trafford. If we ever score there, I can't remember the last time we even scored at Old Trafford. I can barely even remember.
At Old Trafford.
Yeah.
You're
I
talking
remember-
about 8-2.
The thing is, I remember Cazorla's goal, but you know that's when we were down.
yeah.
Like, it was,
That goal
no one
was
even cared.
mad.
No one even cared.
3-1.
2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
That
By
goal
Percy
was
Penalty.
mad.
Yeah.
But even that, Van Persie scores the early goal of a minor mistake. Man United just comfortable, sit back.
I don't think they sit back. I think that's strong to say.
I think we could-
I don't think they intentionally sit back,
when
but
it was
then
Ferguson-
they
I just
tone
felt-
down their attack.
I just think when Man United play
And-
against
and-
Arsenal,
you know what?
Not because
As
you
an
guys
Arsenal
wake
fan,
up.
Watching that game, I would have been offended because Man United played you like we're playing. Let's say.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
One
saying.
goal, we just chilled. Like everything was just so
That's what I'm
chilled.
saying.
That's what I'm saying. United was scoring and they just relax because
I don't think they did that under
That was
Fergie
Moyes,
though.
bro.
Under Fergie, I don't think they did that. I think under Fergie.
No.
Under
we
Fergie,
didn't.
I remember.
we
bro,
didn't.
We
I
would
remember
score.
being
No,
shook of like
aye.
Park and all these guys.
We
there's
would
one
score
game I
early.
watch. I watch Arsenal Man U.
We would score early, and then you guys would wake up and say, "All right, we need to get back on our game." Then you guys would attack, which makes the midfield tussle would then increase. Then we'd leak in a goal, and you guys would leak in a goal. We never used to sit back against you.
beat us, and I think
Apart from last season, we don't sit back.
That's the Alex.
We came to the Emirates and we scored 3-1 in 2010.
The teams he took and won the league with are ridiculous.
it's unbelievable.
It doesn't even make sense.
Honestly,
you look about the players.
What do you look at it?
Cleverly.
Because I remember the time. Do you remember the time when Man United went through that thing of not winning the league for 3 years when it was when an unbeaten season and Chelsea won the double?
Yeah.
Then he made a team from there and they won it 3 years in a row. That was a team you can't argue.
That was the best United.
That was one of the best United teams to see.
2008 was the best United team.
2008
It's even better than 99.
Unbelievable.
2008 was way better than 99.
2008 is better than 99.
No, it's better than 99. Do you know how you say how you don't won 99? 99. It was literally like, you know what I mean? It could have gone here or there.
Everything was great. You could have got no trophy.
Yeah, you could have got no trophy
last
that
day.
year.
You won Champions League in the last 2 minutes.
Oh, Arsenal in the semi-final.
Do you know what it is?
I'm happy we
See
won
what
it.
it is?
Semi-final that year.
But
Arsenal in the semi-final.
No,
I can't even.
2008 we dominated.
Never took a penalty
But
ever
that
again.
19
Then when you lot,
we had Dwight York and
you won the
Andy
league
Cole.
on the last day.
Yeah,
Ronaldo.
They won the league in the last day.
I
It's
didn't take
the
that.
semi-final.
No, I hear that. But you see, we had 4 strikers that year, bro.
I didn't need it.
That's why I get what you guys are saying, but I'm with Robin to an extent.
Nah, man.
No,
99.
hold on.
The nostalgia second rate. It was a better team than 99.
2008 was murder.
Now, do you know what it is?
Unfair.
I get
Unfair.
why you say that because in 99 we scraped. In terms of the performance, we scraped.
Yeah.
But the team though. Hey, that our midfield. It was dusty. Don't get me wrong. Oh wait, we had Hargreaves, we had Scholes.
I remember. Don't get me wrong. I remember because in the year 2000, in the year 2000 though, because you know what, in the year 2000, Man United won the league by a long shot. I remember 2000,
Everyone
the year
else was
2000, when Man United murdered.
It went like March.
Because after winning the treble, it was like, listen, yeah, in March. I remember when them lot beat us 6-1. Title was gone long time, and that game was like in February, March. That game was long gone.
Everyone else.
Yeah, nobody. It was only Arsenal, Man United.
We were even.
If Arsenal weren't
that was
turning
a little
up,
transition period for
that's
us
it.
as well.
Yeah, and then went unbeaten, blood. Done.
That 2004 year.
Well, back to
Hey,
Roberto
ended at
Martinez.
13.
Forget.
You didn't have Roberto Martinez.
I'm not having Martinez. I'm only having Guardiola. Forget
Guardiola,
it.
bro.
Or just forget it.
So if
Shut the club
Wenger
down.
if Wenger was to leave next season,
Yeah.
not happening. But if Wenger was to leave next season, do you think Guardiola would leave?
No.
But
I mean, it comes to Arsenal.
what was it?
But he's done it all at Bayern though.
What was it that I was hearing?
There's nothing missing at Bayern
When,
for him.
when he took,
He's
when,
done
when
it.
he, before he took over Bayern, he made inquiries about coming to the Emirates.
The thing is, yeah, if
In
you're
that
in the
year.
league in March in Germany, you're tired. That's it. He's bored.
Do you think he wants to win the Champions League? With
He wants
Bayern?
the
Of course, yeah, but that's it.
That's really
That's a
it.
big thing to do. That's it though. That's a
No,
big
no,
deal.
because
it's a
don't
huge
forget,
thing.
Yeah,
in his 4 years at Barcelona, he won 12 trophies. That's wrong. That's a treble
And
every
two
year.
Champions Leagues.
After how they lost to Real
That's
Madrid,
wrong.
he's gonna want the Champions League now.
I know what you mean. He will, but if the
Yeah.
Arsenal job becomes available because of its planning and its project, he'll take it. There's no way he will reject Arsenal.
I know Germany is boring, bro.
He won't reject Arsenal. No way.
German league is.
If
I don't think
Arsenal come to Pep and say this is it, you're gonna take over Wenger. Here's the team. The team is sick,
Yeah.
and develop this
No, we
team.
need a striker.
If you can develop this team,
And the thing is, Pep won't have that. This is what Wenger's policy was. Pep will be like, no. You are getting me the players.
man,
I
am I
want, bro.
forgetting what this guy did with Barcelona 2011? I've never seen a Barcelona team in my life like that. Forget Rivaldo and Kluivert. I've never seen that.
Best 11
What they
I've
did
ever
to Man
seen.
United
When
in that
that
final.
the year when Messi
When they
Xavi,
beat
Iniesta were
Arsenal,
top three,
when they beat Arsenal, they beat Real
Madrid
Madrid,
5-0.
and then they beat Man United in the final.
Bruv, it was David Villa, Pedro, Messi. That was
Long.
the front three.
Iniesta, Xavi were unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Even Busquets was great.
And that's why Fabregas was all dreamy-eyed about it. Because it was like, look at this team. Look at this team. I want to go back home.
You were seeing what they were doing to us.
That's why I said to you, bro, Fabregas should stay in Barca, bro. I don't care. You made that bed. Go back.
Because he even said,
But Wenger should have took Fabregas
yeah,
back.
straight away.
I mean, that's not even a no-brainer.
You shouldn't even thought
It's a
about it.
no-brainer.
What
But-
annoyed me is when Fabregas said I had
Do
unfinished
you know why?
business.
Because if Fabregas comes to Arsenal's team, do you know he's still the best player in our midfield? Do you know that?
Bro, just do
Yeah.
your thing.
Now, all I have to do now, the window's shut. I can't do nothing about this. I have to get behind my team,
Yeah.
and that's it. And that's the drug about being a fan. Yeah, is that how bad Arsenal can play. I've always wanted to
Back
go
in
to a
United
game.
was.
I want to go.
was
I want to go to the Emirates
interesting loss.
every week when it's that bad. After 8-2, give me a ticket to the next home game. I would have gone. Yeah, we went and lost to Blackburn 4-3. That's it, the next week. Give me another ticket to go home again at the Emirates. I'm there. It's a bad thing to have. as a football. If you're a football fan,
because it's love,
and you can go to that club every week, even when it's bad.
Yeah, last year I cared more than I've ever cared.
Do you
Like,
see what I'm saying?
before I used to say, like if I was busy, I'd be like, okay, I'm watching it on highlights
Yeah.
and that. But last year I watched every 90 minutes just to make sure.
Bro, I analysed more Man
And
United
that's the
games
thing.
last year than ever before.
Yeah, you see,
Just
that's
looking,
that's the
where
thing.
is the
When your
issue?
team's
Where
doing
is
bad, you really care for them. You're like, what happened? 'Cause that's how it is for me. I'm like, what happened to us? Where did we go wrong? Man United must be thinking the same thing.
The other
Thinking
way around.
last year, thinking, what the hell? Don't get me wrong. There's times when I just get frustrated.
When Chelsea having a bad year, I just don't care about football. Like, 2012 Premier League season, I didn't want to watch a game from
From
February onwards. I didn't want to watch a
You've been
game.
spoilt with
It was like, oh
from
my gosh, we lost
2005.
some
man.
ridiculous
You've
games.
been spoilt from 2005. You won the Champions League and bloody hell. Chelsea won the Champions League for flip's
They
sake.
were the
but that
first
was the
London
worst
team to
team.
win the Champions
That was the
League.
worst team I've ever seen in the Champions League final.
Worse than
But
Porto.
to be fair,
Western
That's
Porto.
true, actually.
Porto and Monaco was a final. Are you kidding me?
I watched that the other
Porto
day and I
and
was like,
Monaco was
nah,
a
these
final.
teams were not that great.
But
These
we're
teams
saying.
were-
Do you remember when Porto
went
played
amazing
Celtic
that
in the
year,
UEFA Cup final and literally killed the game dead? It was the worst final you've
Wait,
ever
who?
seen. Porto and Celtic in the UEFA Cup final.
Which year?
When it was
Who won
called
that one?
It's the year before they won the Champions League, so 2003.
Okay, I didn't watch.
Porto won it like 3-0, but they just stanked the whole game. It was such a Mourinho thing. And then when he brings that at Chelsea, it was like, raw. He's done it here as well.
We completely went off the agenda, don't we?
Oh, by a long,
yeah,
by
we
a
did.
street, definitely, by a long shot.
You started about Martin. Didn't
I don't know. Round of applause for Steve Bruce on the deadline day transfer. That guy went
He
inside.
went inside.
That guy went
He
inside.
went inside.
I like
He
Bruce.
went.
Steve Bruce came out of the Europa League and said, "Bunny."
Sir Alex Disciple
I'm
right
just
there.
No blood. Abel Hernandez, yeah, right. Gaston Ramirez, Ben Arthur. Are you kidding
He's already
me?
bought Tom Ince earlier.
Tom
One more,
Ince.
Diame.
Diami's
Diami's
not bad.
a
It's
big
not
signing.
bad. It's not bad.
Diami's a
I
very
like
big
3.5.
signing.
West Ham fans don't like him though, which is
Diame.
weird. Yeah.
I don't get
I
it.
spoke to a lot of West Ham fans thinking,
West Ham
bro,
fans
like you got
get
rid of
relegated,
Diami.
don't
They're like,
watch.
yeah, no,
Don't
it was a
worry.
waste of space.
Yeah, but match of the day doesn't tell us everything.
Diami seems like
Yeah,
Diami seems like a frustrating player.
Don't worry, when they get relegated, innit?
No, honestly, when you're somebody who goes to games weekly,
that's a
you
big-
see things in a different view
true,
altogether.
yeah.
It's
When you
mad.
watch your team, you
It's
know. you know
mad. When
who's
you
good
watch
and
your
who's
team,
not.
like I'm sitting there, I'm criticizing Mertesacker this year, and you'd think, how can you even dare do that? I'm telling you, the games I've seen, when I've watched, oh my day, I get why he's not our captain.
Quick question: who's gonna get relegated this year?
The bottom
tough
three, I
discussion.
think, are the three that came up.
Straight
Oh,
down.
that never
I think
happens.
so.
That never.
It
shit.
never
I think
happened.
Leicester
Never
can
happened.
I think
survive.
so. I think so. I don't see Villa going down. I don't see West Brom really going down.
West Ham.
They've bought well. West Brom bought well.
They
And
bought
then-
well, but
and then
it's just it's still.
if anybody in the Premier League that's going to
West
go
Ham.
down, it's probably West Ham because they're in a mare. They've got a manager who buys players and doesn't play them, and they've got a manager who plays a certain type of football that's unbelievable. And
Big
they're
Sam.
the thing
Big
is,
Sam.
they are holding
Aladici.
on.
Remember he called himself Aladici?
Oh my god!
Did you say Aladici?
Bruv, do you remember the
He
time
said if
when
I
he
was
said?
Italian, I get more respect.
Oh yeah. Oh my days! Do you remember when he said if he managed Real Madrid or Barcelona, he would win the league every year? I'll never ever forget that comment. That for me
I
was when
think Sam
the guy
Allardyce
has gone
is a
clear.
legend.
This guy is a
Maybe,
madman.
maybe Crystal Palace. Maybe.
I don't
They
know.
might
Warnock,
get dragged
Warnock,
in.
everyone's Christian Warnock.
No, no,
but
Crystal Palace will
maybe.
stay up, I think.
what did I
I'm
guys
saying
tell you last
maybe.
week about Palace and Newcastle?
Yeah.
What did I
no,
say
you're
last
right,
week?
right,
I
you're
told
right.
man, if Newcastle don't win, they're in trouble. Their manager is
They're not in trouble.
He's not in
Their
trouble.
manager
They're
is
not in trouble.
Is he in
You
trouble?
wait, give it time.
But
First
you-
managers get
I
sacked.
thought you
Pardew.
said.
Out of top
He's got
lot.
an
The way I
8-year
thought you were gonna
contract
say
though.
that,
It's
I
his
know.
third
he's in
year.
trouble. He's not.
They're gonna owe him a lot of money if they sack him.
That's what probably
A
keeps
lot
him.
of money.
Honestly, am I the only person that's wondering how is he still a Newcastle manager?
No, you should.
How?
If they give him a 4-year contract, they would have sacked him a long time. But
Yeah.
8 years, you have to pay like 6 years.
This
now.
is what I said last week.
How is he a manager of Newcastle?
He's not getting.
This guy's had 2 bad
No,
years,
wait.
and this season has not started well. They haven't won yet. How is he still the manager there? Newcastle Football Club.
It's been 3 games.
He spends how much money
In my
every year?
opinion,
This
Newcastle
is
should be a top
exactly
4
what I
club.
said last week.
Yeah,
Newcastle
their
are
ambition.
massive.
Their ambition.
They
was
are.
to go was top
And this
four.
They are
team,
massive.
Have you
Yeah,
seen
a
that
massive
team's
club.
looking pretty good? It's got.
But they
it's got-
haven't done
it's-
anything
there's
since they got into the Europa League that year.
There's prospects for them to finish mid-table. They're not getting relegated. They're not going to be in that much trouble this
Yeah,
year.
but-
It's just
To be
what?
honest,
It's a bad start.
finish
They've got 1 point.
mid-table?
No, sorry, they've got 2 points from the first
Newcastle,
2
they
3
haven't won a
games.
game.
Okay, last week,
Two of those games were at
they
home.
conceded right at the end. The first one was Man
They
City.
should be beating Palace at home.
Man City,
Newcastle should be
You
beating
don't
Man City's
concede
always
3
gonna win
at
that
Palace, brethren, and tell me that your job is not under scrutiny of some
It's
kind.
3 games.
It's not 3 games. I'm talking
That's
2.5
Brendan
years.
Rodgers.
I'm talking about last season, and I'm talking about the year before. I'm talking about a manager who headbutted a player.
He went
really
from
did
getting
headbutt
them to
that.
the.
But
He got them to Europa League, didn't he?
In his first year.
Finished them
Yeah.
5th. Europa League, we know the Europa League always causes trouble. Like,
Doesn't
if your
matter.
squad- If your
You
squad's
flop,
not
okay,
deep
fine.
enough,
You flopped the
then-
first year. You
yeah.
flopped the second year, yeah?
So there.
And you flopped last year.
Okay, last year
Yeah.
they were in a
And
transition. They
haven't
had no. It was
won
no. Wait. Pause.
Transition.
Transition.
No,
That
remember
makes you
from
sick,
remember
you
from
know.
last
That
year.
That
was-
were, yeah,
sick.
sick to my
Remember
stomach.
last remember from last year.
What transition?
He was trash. This is good.
What
Sorry,
you
not
can't-
do you remember last
They
year?
got rid of Demba
They
Ba,
lost.
they got
They
rid
lost
of
Ba
Kabay,
and they lost
they
Cisse. They lost Cisse.
Can I ask
as
you?
well.
Let me say, when you're in the Europa League 1 year, you're supposed to excel from there. You're supposed to get better and better each year.
They haven't got Cisse anymore.
Wow.
Where did he go?
They haven't got Cisse anymore.
Where did you say go?
They sold him.
I'm sure they sold him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They have no
Listen,
strikers.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. They got.
Don't say Rolando Aarons.
They got some. They got De Jong. They got De
They got
Jong.
some French guys. Let's put it that way.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
you
what I'm saying. They got all those French players.
Yeah,
and
but
then
he's done
that's
that.
it.
How many years ago has
And
he's done that? 3 years in a row. When it went into that French division, swooped in a bag of players. He did that 2 years in
And
a row.
there was no the chemistry. That was for the I know that was for the first one. Then last year it was just poor. It was
People
not
think
even
this
that.
guy's job is safe.
It's
I
not.
cannot understand.
But especially this
how
season,
is his
they've
job
got
safe?
better
We heard
players
about
now.
his contract, and that's why I think he's safe. His job is safe for a very long time. He can go on holiday during the season. His job, he could do a Tevez in his job.
But
would
if
be
the
safe.
Newcastle fans get aggy, and it does get aggy over there, if they turn on their own manager,
They've
the manager's
turned
gone.
on Mike Ashley for like 10 years straight. This is not going to
Well,
happen.
There were bare
What's the owner gonna
protests.
do? What's the owner gonna do?
There's bare
He's not gonna
protests.
say,
Sell
"Alright,
the
cool,
club."
I will
Anyway,
sell."
if
No, but
he
they're
gets sacked,
waiting
they
for
should
that,
just get
though, aren't
Sherwood
they?
and call
They
it a
wait
day,
for
bro.
a right deal
So
to
their
get sold.
next game is a
Yes.
very big game
Who are they playing?
Southampton away.
Yeah,
They lost
3
that.
points to Southampton.
They've lost that.
Man like
Shut
Schneiderlin.
3 points to Southampton.
That's not even guaranteed.
There's one
Southampton
team
aren't
that
even.
I would like to see to stay up.
You're kidding me.
Go on.
Southampton are
Leicester.
tearing up trees.
I would.
Tear up trees.
I
I
would.
love Jeffrey
Look at
Schlupp.
they're gonna get relegated because that
Yeah,
dead kit. They
Jeff-
don't even have a sponsor. They lost Adidas.
Hold on.
I would.
Southampton are going to get relegated.
I'm kidding. I'm messing.
I'm
I'm
saying
Go
I
on.
would like to see Leicester to stay up.
Yeah,
I
they
would
will.
like to
Leicester-
see
Leicester will
Leicester.
probably-
I would like to see
I'm
Leicester
not
to stay
that
up.
impressed with Leicester. I was expecting better from them because last year in the Championship they were doing very
You don't see what
good.
he did to you guys.
No, but I don't know what it is yet.
They could have won if.
They could have won it.
Anyone could have won.
You
Anyone
should
could have won
put
that
away.
game. We had 24 chances on goal. Anyone could have won
How
that
many on
game.
target though?
I lie.
That's a different
Like,
story, bro.
oh, it's a different ball game altogether. We're probably even on target. But yeah, that game could have gone either way. But like, I don't know what it is about Leicester that I see from say QPR and who's the other one? Burnley. Burnley for me. QPR are going back down. No word of a lie. Burnley for me, I think are the only team that even. I don't know why I think this. It's just a weird thing that I think that it's a weird thing that I think Burnley might stay up of the three.
I like the way they looked against Chelsea. Man United were trash anyway, so everyone will look good against them. I like the way they looked against
And
Chelsea.
they were good against Swansea.
Burnley?
They were unlucky
Yeah.
against Swansea as well.
And I know Chelsea
Burnley
destroyed them
always
because-
look
but
They were
that's
lucky
against
against
us.
us.
They scored first.
And you think
Burnley
Swansea will get
always
close?
look good against us, and I don't like that.
Nah, not Swansea.
Every match we've had
it's
against Burnley,
Swansea's time
it's
will
always
come.
something.
It will
When they
come.
start
Yeah.
getting-
They got Chelsea
When
next.
they start getting licked here.
Chelsea's
They got Chelsea.
They're going to the
Yeah,
bridge
They're
next.
coming to Stamford Bridge.
They're going to the bridge
Oh.
next. And
Don't get me wrong.
I smell
They
a
play
bad
well against
defeat.
Chelsea.
Hey.
Don't get me
You know
wrong.
what,
Smell a
yeah?
bad
But
defeat.
You know Chelsea
I hope
pissed
it's a
me
good
off
game.
this week, bro.
Say that again?
How can Costa play, bro? I lost points, fam.
Oh, what,
I
you
think
took him
Costa
out?
and
Fam, I heard the guy.
Listen,
He
yeah,
got a hammy, bro.
Yeah.
Listen.
Hearing he was pulling a hamstring.
I saw man with a yellow,
Giant.
what's it called? Like,
Yeah,
sign,
the
yeah? And I thought,
75%
ooh,
fit.
this guy is good, yeah. I got him and Naismith,
No,
yeah.
bam.
But I thought I'll leave him. I see man turn up at
Man
Goodison
scored
Park.
first minute. I went mad.
36 seconds.
I had him on the
He
Chat
bench,
to me,
fam.
bro.
Working.
That's the way it's lost.
The guy I'm not gonna lie, the guy is mad.
Fam, I lost points, fam.
No, in fantasy you have to have your spine has to be Chelsea.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna get injured and stuff. I thought